This shit got my fucking stomach in. Never eat a fucking again. Better pray for all my sin. I don't feel no pain again. Fucking quit, got my fucking stomach in. I don't need a fucking again. Suffer now for all my sin. Never feel no pain again. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing.
Waking up like I ain't broke. All I need's a fucking smoke. While I fucking walk, drink another fucking coke. Food just make me wanna choke. Got my stomach I like smoke. No, that's not a fucking joke. Clear my plate, I'd rather croak. Extra shit like a bad plot. Mentally all I do is rot. Feels like I've been fucking shot. Fuck this love, I only set my lot. Why so fat? Why so fat? You so ugly, got no tats. Why so fat? Why so fat?
Now you feel just like a mat. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing.
Feel so nauseous, I can't eat. All I want's a fucking sleep. Caught it out, that's not a leap. I want so I'd rather weep. Fuck this shit, I don't know why. Makes me wanna fucking die. All I do is fucking cry. You won't see me eye to eye. I ain't hungry, eat no steak. Want no bake for your cake. Fuck them bitches, they all fake.
They just judge and want a snake. Bile in my throat when I see a fucking note. I don't want fucking choke. All I need's an antidote. When I die, that's all she wrote. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing.
Welcome back, everybody, to the motherfucking Hopium Den. Hells to the fuck yeah. We're here. We're queer. Get fucking used to it, yo. Damn right. Damn right, motherfuckers. Well, there we go. Yo, how's everyone fucking doing? God damn it. Hang on a sec. Welcome. Come on. Come. Come say hi to the people, Roxas. Come say hello to the people. Aw. Hello. Say hello to the people, Roxas. What up? He's like, why are we doing this again? What is this thing? Why do you keep pointing it at me? The fuck's going on? I don't know where I am. Hells yeah. This is the Roxas Hour, alright? This is now the Roxas Hour. Hell yeah. Hells yeah. Look at my beautiful baby. Hells. Yeah. He's just like, I want to run around and play. Stop impeding me. Stop impeding me. Okay. You can go play, Roxas. I didn't know Roxas was your cat. That's dope. Hell yeah. Yeah, we just got him, last Saturday. He's adjusting. He's adjusting to the new place. He likes it. He's a very energetic skitty. Very playful and energetic and loves running around. The fuck is my... There it is. Nope, that's the wrong one. Fuck it. Turkey. What up, Turkey? Revenge of the Turkeys, yo. They're coming. The turkeys are coming to eat your soul. Very cute. Damn right. He's the cutest goddamn boy in the whole world. Better. Okay. But yeah, I am back. I know I've been taking a bit of a break last week because well, you know what? I goddamn needed it, okay? I goddamn needed it. I've been doing a lot of big streams. A lot of stressful streams, all right? Let's be honest. And you know, I kind of just needed some time to like decompress and shit. You know? And honestly, I've been needing a break for a while because I've been kind of overdoing it with streaming. You know, like streaming like 3 nights a week on this channel and then 2 on Underhaven. God damn it. Let's see. Let's fucking see. What happened to the 3rd Ben victim? Well, God damn it. Why is this? Okay, whatever. Good enough. The 3rd Ben victim, which is actually... Hang on. Alright. So I know I've been saying that we're gonna get more interviews here soon, and we will, hopefully. But the 3rd Ben victim, who is the person I kept referring to, who was actually the first person to come forward with stories of Ben, at least in the recent. This person has been taking kind of a break as well. And again, I don't blame them. This whole thing has been like extremely stressful, even for the victims that didn't come forward. Like, and I mean, let's keep in mind too, this person has been like attacked like crazy and shit on and bullied and treated like absolute garbage the minute she came forward with her story. And so, like, yeah, if she needs some more fucking time before actually, like, coming on, like, that's fine. There's another person that was also considering coming forward, but they have some real life shit going on. And, you know, I understand that as well. Like, the truth is, this Ben shit might take a while. And honestly, it'll take however long it takes. I have every intention to interview more victims as they come out, but I'm also not going to rush anyone. I'm not going to force anybody to come on before they're ready. That being said, there's actually something that I maybe should probably address. Actually, here, let me, fucking piece of shit. Okay. What is it? There it is. So, for anyone For anyone who's curious, what the fuck happened to my first stream that I talked about this shit? It was simply titled The Benpai Problem. That stream has now been taken down by YouTube. And I did say when I was doing it that I knew that Ben was going to try to take it down. And yeah, that's exactly what he's done. He flagged it for privacy concerns. Only that one, though. Only the one where I was reading Alicia's tweets. I don't know how he swung that. Like, they said that there were time-stamped areas that were, like, specifically problematic. I looked at them and was like, okay, well, this is just anywhere where a certain person's name is on the screen, someone who is still involved with Ben. And so I got Chess to go through and blur them all out. But I guess for whatever reason that still wasn't good enough, and I don't know, maybe Ben flagged it under the fucking pretense of, I don't know, I use this person's first name once or twice. I don't fucking know. And I really don't give a fuck. Well, I do kind of, because it's it's disgusting the way he goes out of his way to silence victims. But yeah, honestly, the information that I read in that stream was really only like a sliver of Alicia's full story. And you know, when she's ready to come forward, if she is, and give her full story, that that stream will be irrelevant anyway. Yeah, I don't know. It's Kitty, I swear to fucking Christ. Roxas? You are not allowed there. That's a bad Roxas. That's a very bad Roxas. Goddamn Kitty's getting into trouble, going where he shouldn't be. There is no Christ, only Zool. Yeah. But no, it's really unfortunate that was taken down. No, you know you're not supposed to be there. No. No. There's a bad Roxas. I don't know, guys. Whatever. I'm not really in that headspace right now, honestly. Yes, Kitty is getting the corporal cuddling. Yes, you're a bad boy. Yes, a bad boy. And this is how we punish you with with love and cuddles. But there is good news. Brett Keane is back. Yeah, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he fucking is. I'm sure he'd love to come back and give his 2 cents on Ben and the situation. I don't think anyone gives a shit what his opinion is, though, honestly. Hello, baby. Hello. Hello. Meow. Yes. Great time to stream. Hell yeah. Whew. How's everyone doing out there, though? Yeah, whatever. Well, I'll do a stream. Honestly, I actually forgot about this. Before that whole Paul fiasco happened, I was getting ready to do a very different stream. I was gonna do another stream, like, responding to all the bullshit criticisms from Ben and his simps, just because there's been a lot going around, a lot of dumb shit going around, and I'm gonna still work on that, probably maybe next week or so. And regarding the Paul fiasco, I was thinking of doing a stream responding to that today, but I was like, you know what? I don't feel like making that my first big stream jumping back in, so I'll do it on Thursday probably, and I'll lay down my final thoughts on that whole situation. I actually do have a lot to say. And it's good because I've been thinking about it. I didn't just jump into like responding to Paul the very next day. I'm still thinking about it, and I still, I like to think about what I'm gonna say before I just say it, especially if it's regarding something important. I was wondering where you've been. Yeah, I've just been really burnt out. I've been doing a lot of really heavy streams, a lot of really stressful shit, and yeah, that Paul conversation was, I think, my last straw. I just I was kind of just like mentally wrung out after that, and like, okay, I absolutely need a bit of a break. And I think I did do a couple streams in between. I even did my patron show at the end of that week, which I kind of didn't want to do my patron show, but I was like, well, or at the beginning of the next, whatever. I did my patron show last week, and I was just like, I've just kind of I've got to do this because it's my patron show. But I was even feeling burned out then. And the pre-show I did for that, people were getting me into the Pride, kink at Pride discussion again, which I was just so sick. I was, oh my God, like that whole thing was just so, I was just sick of it. I was sick of it. I needed to take a step back. So that's what I've been doing. And, focusing on my health, focusing on, just, being calm and not worrying about bullshit for a while. Yes, Giddy. But yeah, I'm back, and we're gonna do some, I have some content to talk about. Oh, a sleepy kitty. We need a kitty cam. We need a skitty cam, yo. Yes, Roxas. The people want to see you. The people want to see you. You're a beautiful kitty. Yes, you are. He's a good boy. But yeah, I'll respond to all that shit here soon. So keep an eye out for those streams. Gosh, he looks so much like Corn Pop. Yeah, he kind of, people have been telling me that he looks both like, you and TJ's cat, Corn Pop, and he also looks a little bit like Vosh's cat, Artemy. I guess orange tabbies are just the new thing. I really hope he's not nearly as mischievous as Corn Pop, though. Like, I'm trying to set boundaries with him. I'm trying to make sure that he's, he knows what's what, and he doesn't, he doesn't, what am I saying? Cats do what they want. Like, you can't teach cats shit. I'm trying to teach him. I'm trying to give him boundaries and shit. Yeah. Oh, he sees the headphones. He's like, what is this? Headphones. Something dangly. I want. Oh my God. Okay. Well, before I get into any of the content, there is one thing that I've been thinking about that I've kind of wanted to talk about. And I've been thinking about this ever since it's something that's been on my mind for a long time, but I especially started thinking about it very deeply after listening back to my conversation yelling match with Paul. I got accused quite a few times of not having my own thoughts and of being a sycophant and of jumping from being a sycophant of one person to the next. And see, here there's a reason why during that conversation I felt the need to push back so hard on that, and I kind of got offended at that implication. And it's for a number of reasons. But overall, like, the idea that I've been kind of mulling around in my head lately is the idea of mentors. And I thought about this even when talking to someone else today about their experience, and it made me realize some shit. You see, I've talked about this before, how, you know, I grew up religious and I jumped from religion to atheism. Well, actually, I jumped from religion to Carlinism, as I called it at the time, listening to George Carlin and, you know, being like, yes, I will live my life based on what George Carlin says. George Carlin is now my mentor. And I then jumped, once I found The Amazing Atheist, to viewing him as my mentor. You know, and being like, yes, The Amazing Atheist, he's very wise, very smart. The things he says, a lot of things he says are very true, so I'm going to follow him. He shall be my new mentor, and, you know, I am going to, I'm going to do my best to, you know, live my life according to the words of TJ, and as a lot of y'all know, that's very stupid. And over the years, to decreasing extents, I've jumped from various mentors. There was a point when I actually did view Paul's ego as a mentor, and I would watch him, and a lot of his ideas and shit made sense to me, and I was like, yes, Paul is amazing and wonderful, and, you know, and see, here's the problem, though. When you have that way of thinking, and you can compare this to a religious way of thinking. Anyone who used to be religious, you kind of have this idea that you need to, especially when you have some guiding force that you view as a mentor or, you know, some person or book or whatever with a set of rules that you need to follow. The minute you stray from what you believe to be the will of your almighty mentor, well, you start to question yourself and doubt yourself, and you kind of have this internal mechanism that tells you, no, I can't, I want to believe this or like this thing, but the person that I look up to so much, or this ideology that I look up to so much, is very, you know, against this thing. So we learn to repress our own natures. We learn to repress our own wants and desires, and depending on the kind of mentors we have, even our own likes and dislikes, our tastes in music or movies or video games or anything. You know, if you look up to a person enough and they tell you that some game that you really like is garbage and it's for babies and anyone who likes it is a fucking idiot, you're kind of going to be like, yeah, at the very least, you're going to be like, well, I like this thing, but I'm an idiot for liking it. And again, I know a lot of people experience this. Not everybody, but a lot of people do. And yeah, Quixotic Dragon in the chat there makes a good point. I was looking for a father figure type because my dad sucked. Yeah. I was looking for a mentor, someone to guide me, someone to, and I do agree, Jacob LH, yeah, that is called not having a spine. But I'll say this, I really do believe that being raised religious kind of conditions you to not have a spine. It conditions you to be the sort of person that needs to follow rather than lead. You need to, it makes you doubt yourself overall, that your tastes, your likes, your dislikes, your preferences, any of it is even valuable, because it makes you think that, like, you couldn't possibly know what's best. How could you? You're just a pathetic idiot. You're nobody. You know, you need someone wiser and smarter than you. And a lot of people don't realize that just because you come out of religion doesn't mean that that way of thinking, that way of behaving is just suddenly gone. In fact, for a lot of people, it can linger. And I've seen it linger in a lot of people. I know people who are still in that place to some extent. And I can't look down on people for that. See, I used to look down on people and say, oh my God, imagine being so weak and pathetic and not being able to form your own opinions. But when I'm honest with myself, I've done that exact same thing. I've absolutely done that exact same thing. You know, I've suppressed my own beliefs. I've, you know, forced myself to conform to a certain worldview. And I've done this a number of times throughout my life. So how the fuck am I going to condemn someone else who's done the same thing? And I know someone like Paul might look at me and say, well, the fact that you've done that, you're pathetic, you're worthless, you're an idiot, you're a hanger-on, you're this, you're that, you can't form your own opinions. And all that was true of myself, and maybe still is to some extent. I don't know. But I'll be honest, being able to admit that of yourself, look at yourself and say, yeah, a lot of the things that I say, a lot of the things that they're just kind of like, it's kind of like obligatory. It's like, well, because this ideology that I follow, or this group, or this person, or this whatever, I kind of have to, you know, think a certain way. And yeah, we all do that to some extent. I see the signs of it in many other people. And see, there's a phenomenon that goes on where when especially when you have a lot of self-loathing and you really despise certain things about yourself, you tend to view those things in other people really strongly. But you make the excuse that, well, they must just be weak. You're the exception to the rule. You actually have a good excuse for being that way. And I told myself for a long time, well, it's fine. The way I was raised and, you know, my religious upbringing and my religious mindset. And I used to talk a lot about the religious mindset on my channel because I've been deconstructing this for a long time, where I've realized that, like, there are a lot of habits that you get into being raised as a religious person that don't just go away when you realize there's no God. Your brain has been trained to work in a certain way. But I didn't fully understand that before. There was a time when I thought, no, like, my experiences are especially unique to me. What I've gone through, nobody else could ever understand. You know, I viewed myself as kind of like up against the world, going through shit that no one else could ever fucking imagine. And I said, well, you know, all those other people, they don't know how good they've got it. They don't have to live life the way I live. They don't have to think the way I am forced to think. And so fuck them for being weak. Fuck them for being pathetic. I wasn't charitable. I didn't realize the fact that maybe those people had some similar or different experience that maybe I could never understand. Rather than just assuming that people are weak or pathetic or stupid or that there's something wrong with them, I've learned, and it's a hard lesson to learn, but I've learned that you kind of need to be understanding of people, especially if you want anyone to be understanding of you. How can I expect anyone to, you know, understand where I'm coming from, or understand why I have certain limitations, or understand, you know, certain issues that I, you know, certain issues that I have, or just be like charitable and kind to me for what I've gone through, if I'm not going to be kind to other people. I have to. I need to, like, we all need to. I honestly, this is the thing I'm coming to realize more and more. We all, for the good of humanity, need to drop the goddamn cynicism and learn to be understanding of our fellow human beings. Otherwise, we are not deserving of that same understanding levied towards ourselves. Not in the slightest. So how the fuck could I judge other people? If I wanted to, like, because I've talked about a lot of this before, that the religious mindset and the way it conditions you to think, and how I jumped on from, God to George Carlin to God again, back to George Carlin, back to TJ, to fucking Paul, to Kyle Kalinske, and then a little bit on Tavash, yeah. How could I expect anyone to understand that if I'm going to call people out for the same thing and be uncharitable to other people and refuse to understand that there might be something about that person that I don't understand, that I don't get, that I haven't experienced, and there might be a reason for people behaving the way that they behave. And I try to think that way of all people in general. I do. I try to, like, no matter who they are, whether I can relate to their behaviors or not, I try to be empathetic. And for a long time, I have been a very empathetic person. And that's not to, like, toot my own horn. I have blind spots. There are absolutely some people that I empathize with less than others. There are some people that I have really uncomfortable feelings towards, that I would love to let go of the hate and anger and vitriol, but I just can't. And in part, that is because I've let that empathy kind of control my life and be like, I can't hold anyone accountable. I can't, call anyone out for their behavior because, like, they're going through shit and I really understand and I feel so bad. But that's the thing. I think for my own sanity, I've had to, like, re-examine and look at that and be like, okay, well, look, it's good to be charitable to people, yes, but at the same time, we can't be too charitable to them, right? We have to hold people accountable, and especially if they refuse to be charitable to us, at some point your charitability needs to run out. At some point, at least, you need to kind of, like, okay, like, let's proceed here with caution. And I absolutely do believe that. It's all a balancing act. Everything in life, I've realized, is a fucking balancing act. We need to be charitable. We need to be kind to people, but we can't let them take advantage of that kindness. We can't let them stomp on us because of that kindness. We have to still be willing to stand up for ourselves. But we have to know when to do so and when not to do so. And it's all very complicated. And this is a bit of a digression because, as I said, what I wanted to talk about was the idea of mentors. I've realized more and more, and I've done my damnedest to apply this over the last few months. And again, nobody's perfect. I don't expect anyone else to be. So why should why should anyone expect me to be, or anyone else to? Like, no one's perfect. We all fuck up. But what I've tried to realize is the fact that at the end of the day, looking to someone for all your guidance and how to think and how to make your decisions is not a smart thing to do. Because at the end of the day, whether it's the Bible, whether it's some other book, whether it's a political party, an ideology, whether it's a person that you follow, someone you view to be a philosopher or whatever, no matter who it is, we're all just people. And nobody has everything figured out. Like, not even close. In fact, I've kind of learned more and more, like, the people who seem to have everything figured out seem to have a lot of their own issues deep down. Nobody's got everything figured out. Not a single person. And that's true, especially true of the people that we view as our mentors. And as I've started stepping back from certain people as mentors, I've begun to view them more as people. and I've begun to understand them more as people, and rather than just infallible fonts of wisdom. And I've started to, well, honestly, what I think the most valuable thing to do, and again, I've talked about critical thinking, but again, it's hard. Nobody's perfect, and nobody can think critically all the time, especially when we're not taught to in our society. We're taught to be dogmatic. We're taught to be tribalistic. We're taught to fall in line and conform. So what's more important is, I believe, to try to build your ideology, not just because, look, you can be too loyal to a certain person or ideology or whatever and be like, yes, I believe everything, and that's bad. That's bad to like go that far and be like, yes, everything that this source says is correct and true. It's not good. But it's also not good to just be like, okay, so I'm going to just do the opposite now. And I'm going to ignore, even if you believe someone is, because I could try to overcorrect and prove people like Paul wrong and say, all right, now I'm going to take the opposite positions of everything that Paul said, that Vosh says. And I actually almost kind of tried to do that a little bit during that conversation when I brought up guns, and I was like, I don't like Vosh's take on guns. And I'm still, don't get me wrong, I'm still kind of 50-50 on it, but I try to pass it off like it was some hard stance that I disagree with Vosh on, or even his little nods towards the ideas of political violence, if I'm being honest with myself, if I critically examine that position, say, well, okay, guns, yeah, I see Vosh's arguments and I agree with them. I'm not going to be dishonest with myself and say, no, I don't agree with that. Just like I wasn't going to be dishonest with myself and say, no, I don't agree with his position on pride, even though a lot of it made sense to me. I want to be intellectually honest, and I think in wanting to be intellectually honest, when someone calls you out and tells you that you're not, or tells you that, even calls out your worst your worst fear about yourself, your deepest fear that maybe you don't exist, maybe your thoughts and feelings and everything, your beliefs are all from somewhere else, and none of it is you. When someone calls that out, you feel the need almost to get defensive and say, no, fuck you. Fuck you. Here's some positions I actually hold. Here's some this, that, whatever. And I honestly don't know how I should have behaved in that moment. I don't know how I should have responded to that. I really don't. But I also know that I don't have anything to prove. See, like I said, I realize this. There's a lot of people that are looking for mentors in one way or another. Maybe it's because you didn't feel like you had a father growing up. Maybe it's because you had, or parents in general, maybe it's because one of your parents died. Maybe it's because you lost some mentor, or, you just never had it. And a lot of people get stuck in this need to fill that void and replace it with anything else. And I don't believe that's helpful. Again, I know I'm a little all over the place here, but what I was trying to get at is the fact that rather than just fall in line to anyone, what I try to do, first and foremost, is I try to look around see what the prevailing wisdoms are from various sources, and I try to pick and choose. Be like, what makes sense to me? What actually feels like a good argument? What actually, falls in line with who I am and what I believe deep down? And again, a lot of those opinions and shit might come from the same source, but not all of them do. And even the ones that do, I just try to examine them critically and say, is there a good reason for believing this? Critical thinking is hard. It's not something we're taught in school. It's not something we're taught in our society. In fact, we're taught the exact opposite. So, can we ever be sure that we're ever thinking that critically? Or is there always going to be a little voice in the back of our mind being like, oh, well, you heard this from this person first, so this actually isn't your idea. I posit to you that nobody, absolutely nobody, forms their opinions, any of them, in a vacuum. We are all influenced by something. And we all need influence too. We all need positive influences in our lives. That's absolutely important. And again, this is where the nuance comes in, because you can just say, oh, don't be influenced by anybody ever. But then all you are is a walking contradiction. You try to be a contrarian. You try to just, go against whatever anyone else says. You try to be the most original person in all your beliefs and all your ideas, even if it makes zero fucking sense. And that's not healthy, that's not useful. We're all looking for mentors, and it's okay to have them. But you also have to recognize that these mentors are people. People that you look up to are people. They're flawed individuals. Nobody's perfect. It was one of the things that made me lose faith in the Bible, was realizing the Bible wasn't perfect. And I started to realize somewhere in between Kyle Kalinske and Vosh, that I didn't want to be the kind of person that just bounces from one ideology, one person to the next, one mentor, one, guiding force to the next, becoming disillusioned with that thing eventually, and then searching for the next replacement. You see, that's what I did for a while, and that's actually one of the reasons why, and I don't know how many of y'all remember this, there was a time when I was way more critical of Paul's ego, and I would actually, rant about Paul excessively. I don't think he ever heard any of this stuff, which is probably for the best, because it would have just, y'all saw how he reacted to me, disagreeing with him. Seeing me actually, go in depth criticizing him and his content and the way he works probably would have been even worse. But I had this, I had this moment where I was like, you know what? Fuck everything that Paul believes. He was a fucking idiot. I never should have followed the church of Paul. All right, where's the next church? Ooh, the church of Kyle Kalinske. Something started to get to me, because I started, and I want to make this clear, a lot of the positions that I agreed with Kyle on and with Vosh on are shit that I was spouting way before I ever watched either of those people. Because I've always been a socialist at my heart. I really do believe that. In my heart of hearts, I've always, believed certain things about the way people should be treated and the way society should be run. I just didn't have the ability to articulate these things. And again, that can be dangerous too. When you don't have the ability to articulate something and you find someone who does, it can make you sort of idolize that person in a way that can be dangerous. And that's kind of when I started to realize that I was idolizing those who I felt shared my ideas and could explain them better than I could. And I was shunning at least a lot of what previous ideologies had taught me. And I don't know if y'all have caught me. Like, I've talked a little bit about religion lately. I've talked about actual good lessons that we can learn from Christianity. You know, as some of y'all know, I kind of went through a phase of being like, I disagree with TJ on, well, not everything, but I disagree with TJ on a lot of shit. And I wanted to make that point that I do not agree with TJ on everything, and here's all the shit I disagree with him on. And I started to ignore some of the shit that I did agree with him on. And I realized that it's been a pattern. Whether it was the Bible, whether it was TJ, whether it was Paul, whether it was, you know, Kyle Kalinske, because after I stopped watching him, I was like, you know what? Fuck Kyle, and fuck everything he believes that doesn't align with what I now believe, or, you know, the people I now agree with. And it was toxic. It was dumb. And that's why it honestly kind of got to me when Paul said that. And I could have gone on the defensive and given him examples of why that's not the case. But in the moment, I just felt defensive and angry that he would even call that out. Something that I'm working very hard to not do anymore. That he would, you know, accuse me of that. And you know, I also didn't want to feel like, oh, I'm on trial now and I have to defend this notion. Because at the end of the day, and this is part of what I've realized, is it doesn't fucking matter. I think a part of me still looked up to him and viewed him as like a mentor in a way. Someone, you know, that I held in high regard and whose opinion I cared about. Because I think even a part of me still had, even though I've gone back and forth on, you know, the Church of Paul, a part of me has always still, you know, looked up to him in that way. And it made it hard to tell him that, no, I actually have started to, what I've started to do, honestly, is just look back at anything I've ever believed, any person I've ever, like, held in high regard, even Christianity, even the Bible, and I've started being like, okay, rather than just discounting all of this and saying this is all bad, I want to pick and choose. No, here's some good stuff that I can actually use. That's one of the reasons I call, like, oh yeah, Jesus was based. Jesus was a fucking socialist, you know? And that's why I talk about the fact a lot more that a lot of Christians don't even follow the Bible. They don't even follow Christianity and the tenets of Jesus. And it saddens me because, you know, I do believe there is good stuff there. I believe there's good stuff to be gleaned everywhere. So, honestly, I think a far more productive question at the end of the day would have been not, what do you disagree with Vosh on, but what are some positions that you've acquired from other sources? Because again, we all get our opinions from somewhere. No one forms their opinions in a vacuum. And yeah, there's stuff that I take from the Bible. There's stuff that I take from George Carlin. There's stuff that I take from TJ. There's stuff that I take from Paul. There's stuff that I still take from Kyle. And I've gone back and I'm like, okay, yeah, that actually is kind of smart. And I don't know why I just like shunned it. And there's stuff that I take from Vosh. I'm not a Vosh sycophant. If I'm anything, I'm an amalgamation of all the people who've influenced me over the years. And that's all any of us are. I think diversity of ideas is good, and finding different sources for your ideas is good, rather than just relying all on one place to get it. So at the end of the day, am I gonna change who I am? Am I gonna try and like, well, now that I've realized this, I have to like go against the tenets of Voshism to prove my independence? No, that's ridiculous. All right. If an argument appeals to me, it appeals to me. And honestly, I need to be able to trust myself that the positions that I hold, the positions that I agree with, that I hear and I'm like, yeah, I like this, that those positions are actually my own. Because I believe in them. I can hold them close and be like, yeah, this is a part of who I want to be. We're all discovering ourselves. We're all finding ourselves. No one's original. And so I'd rather try to build myself up from the scraps of whatever ideologies make sense to me, whatever appeals to me, whatever I believe is good and correct and logical. And at the end of the day, that's who I am. I'm me. I might share a lot of thoughts and opinions and ideas with other people, but at the end of the day, no one has all of the exact same influences as me. Nobody had their ideology formed quite in the way that I did, and that makes me unique. And that's as unique as I need to be. Because rather than trying to prove that I'm different from everyone else, that I'm better, that, you know, I'm original, I'd rather try to just prove that no, we're all similar. I'd rather point out the similarities in all of us so that we can empathize with each other better and understand each other better. Because I think that's extremely important. Coming to an understanding of each other rather than viewing yourself to be separate or different or better or somehow set apart, somehow in some way more deserving or more more deserving of leniency or whatnot. No. We've all gone through shit. And as much as I'd like to, don't get me wrong, I am going to criticize Paul a little bit more. Because same way that he said that I needed to hear some criticism, well, that might be fucking true. Even though everything he said to me is something I've already heard and I've already internalized years back. And that's why it's always frustrating when... And I've realized this because I've called out other people for shit and they're like, you don't realize how hard I'm working to, improve this about myself. And I've scoffed at them. And I've been like, fucking idiot. But at the end of the day, that's how I react too. When I'm trying to be better and I see someone telling me that I'm not. Calling me out for all the things that I'm afraid to be again. And making me wonder, am I those things? Have I not progressed in any way? At the end of the day, the very ability to question those things is proof that you have progressed. Keep questioning. Keep questioning yourself. It's good. Ask yourself those questions, but be charitable with yourself. Don't let others' cynicism drip into the way that you treat yourself. Because it's very easy to make cynical judgments of others when you don't know what the fuck they're going through. And if you can understand that of others, then you need to be able to understand that of yourself as well. Anyway, just some thoughts I've had that I kind of wanted to get off my chest. Don't know if it was useful or good or helpful to anybody in any way. But, yeah, whatever. It was on my mind. With that long, meandering monologue out of the way, and I don't know, maybe I should have saved it to the end, but I like getting the monologues out of the way first. Yeah, let's get to the content, guys. Here's the thing, you don't need to force a disagreement. If TJ or someone says something I disagree with, I think, well, I don't know about that. Yeah, and that's a good way to approach that, and admit that out loud. You know, honestly, something that's kind of helped me a little bit when I hear someone say something that I disagree with. I'm like, out loud, like, I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I agree with that thing I just heard. Say it. Say it to yourself. Even if you think that you might be wrong, okay, put it to the test. Ask yourself, am I right about this? Am I wrong about this? Dig deep. And see, this is the kind of work that you have to do for yourself that no one else can see you do, and no one else for a long time will see the evidence of you doing this. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. I could give up and say, well, I've been doing this work to better myself and to form my own opinions and to be honest with myself and, you know, and to think more and more critically. I've been doing all that work, but hey, Paul's ego seems to think that I haven't, and that I'm actually a worthless dipshit that can't think for herself. So what's the point anyway? I might as well be yeah, fuck that. I'm going to keep doing the work to be a better fucking person. The kind of work that I know a lot of other people don't want to do. And it's sad, but we got to do that work if we want to be better people. And we can always be a better person. Again, nobody knows everything. I think it was when I realized, to bring it back to mentors shortly, I think it was when I realized my dad, right? My dad had always given me the line when I was younger, you think you know it all. You think you know shit. You have no idea, you know? And he'd like get up in my face and he's like, you know what? Maybe you should consider that maybe I know a little more than you. Maybe I've been around on this planet longer than you, and I've seen some things. And I get it. And I get more than you get, and I understand more than you understand. Sound familiar? See, I don't think anyone would argue, especially if the more they got to know about my father, that him saying that is utterly ridiculous. And again, not to be egotistical or conceited or toot my own horn or whatever, but I do believe I'm a million times smarter than my father. And again, I think even Paul would agree with that. Well, I don't know, maybe I just cling to people who are smarter than me. I think I know more than my father. My father's twice my age. So does that mean that, like, nobody who's older is wiser? No. But what that taught me, and I realized this a long time ago, that's a very faulty line of reasoning. And I used to use it myself with anyone that was younger than me. I was like, oh, well, I'm older than you, and I know this, and whatever. Like, honestly, it makes you sound like a child. It really does. It makes you sound like a little fucking kid that, you know, has no advantage in the world except being older than their younger sibling and being able to pull that rank on them. Be like, well, I'm older than you and I know more and I've been around for 2 whole years longer than you. So you have to listen to me. Like, holy fuck. When are we going to grow out of this need to feel superior to others? It's so, like, I don't know. It's ridiculous. It's childish. And it's honestly not helpful. I don't want to be superior to anyone. I'm not superior to anyone. And few people are superior to me, though, honestly. At the end of the day, we're all just people. We're all people. No one's inherently more superior than anyone. And if you disagree with that, then you can go, you can take a time machine back to feudal times, because, you know, that's probably where you belong. Or some monarchy or hierarchy or whatever. It's antiquated. We should all view each other as equals. Even right down when it comes to, like, being a content creator here on this platform. Is there anything that inherently makes Paul's ego better than me? Is there anything that inherently makes Logan Paul better than Paul's ego? Or that makes PewDiePie better than all of us? No. Not really. Like, in a lot of ways it comes down to luck. Now, certain people are better at certain things than other people, sure. But that doesn't make anyone more deserving of anything. That doesn't make anyone more superior. I don't know if the battle ball is real. The battle ball is pretty impressive. Yeah. The battle ball, yeah. The ego keeps 1 foot of humanity in the Stone Age. Very true. Very fucking true. We gotta get over our own egos. We gotta. I used to. One of the biggest appeals of Christianity back in the day was the idea that I was special. My parents used to tell me this when I was young, that they had, you know, spoken to several pastors and prophets and whatnot that said, like, oh, there is a special calling on our family specifically, and that I remember being told when I was very young that God had called me specifically to do great things in this life. And I thought, wow, I'm meant to do great things. I'm special. And a lot of us are conditioned to think that way in general, and it's a very appealing way of thinking, which is why religion tries to, like, hammer that into you. But when you look at it objectively, look at Earth through a microscope and see all we are is a bunch of, you know, a bunch of living organisms running around on this planet that have somehow developed consciousness, and with that consciousness, an ego bigger than the entire fucking planet. We're all overdeveloped apes. Over-evolved, hairless apes running around with consciousness that can actually be a curse on us sometimes, because we get too in our fucking heads, we get too full of anxiety, we get too depressed, and we're unable to see the bigger picture. Anyway. Again, just some food for thought. Yo, what up, everybody who's joined? All right. We're gonna jump into some content now, like I promised. If you're enjoying this stream, make sure to like and share, and you know, spread this shit around. In the meantime, here, let's get to all right. Here. Wait, first, skitty cam. Baby. Oh, actually, Rose Black, I wanted to thank you for sending me Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening on the Switch, yo, off my Amazon wishlist. I really fucking appreciate that. I was gonna open it on stream, but I opened it earlier when I saw there was a package with my name on it. I didn't really think. I was like, oh, it's this. Like, I knew Rose Black was gonna send that anyway. Thank you so much. I've actually been really wanting to play this game. So hell yeah, it arrived this morning. Really appreciate that, yo. I might play it on stream a little later or on another stream. I might do it on Rejects. I think I've gotten my capture card working again, so I should be able to play. I just hope it doesn't overheat again, because I don't know what the fuck. I need to get a better one eventually, but at least this one works for now, so. All right. Let's move on to some content, yo. Okay. So guys, don't know. Oh, pause. Don't know if y'all have seen this. This is kind of a weird story. So, where is it now? Actually. Oh. Nope. God damn it. No, stop it. Okay. All right. So, yeah, we're going to look at this. So there was this woman who, got arrested for, sneaking into her daughter's middle school. Here, let's take a look. Texas mom, 30-year-old Texas mom records herself posing as daughter at school before arrest. Basically, this mother, I guess as a lot of overprotective parents with too much fucking time on their hands do, you know, was super fucking worried about the security of her daughter's school. And look, I don't know anything about what the security of this school is. Maybe it's lax, maybe it's fucking not, but I do think it's pretty dumb the way this woman decided to take matters into her own hands. So, let's see. A 30-year-old Texas mother has been arrested and charged after she performed a social experiment, successfully sneaking into a middle school dressed as her teenage daughter. Casey Garcia says she recorded and posted video of herself sneaking into the school to test campus security. So, right off the bat, this isn't your job. Your job is not to test campus security, and if you have problems, maybe you could talk to campus security, talk to the school staff, and if they don't believe that there's a problem, I mean, if you really think there is, you can pull your daughter out of that school and send her somewhere else. But, yeah, this is kind of dumb. Garcia, who, according to jail records, is 4 feet 11 inches tall, weighs 105 pounds, dyed hair, and used skin tanner before making her way onto the Garcia Enriquez Middle School campus in San Elizario, about 20 miles southeast of El Paso. The mother said she provided her daughter's ID number, was asked if she had signed in, and was allowed into the building. The video posted on social media shows Garcia, who was wearing a face mask, entering the school, greeting people in the hallways, and going to different classes. She made it through all of the morning and most of the afternoon before being noticed by a teacher and turning herself into the principal. In a video recorded moments before her arrest, Garcia has her phone out as she walks out of her home, awaiting El Paso County Sheriff's Office deputies. I'm just letting you know that I'm recording, she tells the officers. That's okay, ma'am, so are we. The lawman replies. school district superintendent reportedly said that the district was reviewing and revamping their security measures. Garcia is facing... They were... Wait. Whatever, that might be bullshit, because this happened. They'd be like, oh, well, we were already doing that. Yeah, I don't know. Garcia is facing charges for criminal trespassing and tampering with government records. Yes, kitty. Yes, kitty. So yeah, this is really fucking dumb, okay? This mother clearly had too much fucking time on her hands and was really, here, we can look at a little bit of this. It's really dumb. We're gonna dress up in, look, see, she looks just like her daughter. Like, honestly, yeah, if she has a similar build to her daughter and she has similar facial features and she does her makeup, like, to look like her daughter, like, yeah, she's gonna pass off as her daughter. I don't know what this woman was trying to prove other than family members who look strikingly like students and do enough makeup and work and shit can sneak into the school without being recognized. Okay. Like, is there some rash of, like, family members of school students dyeing their hair and doing their makeup and making themselves look exactly like the student to sneak in with that student's ID that they got from that student? Probably because she, like, was like, hey, I'm your mother. You're going to give this to me. And the daughter probably agreed to it because I was like, oh, a day off from school? Dope, you know? Like... But yeah, so now this woman's been arrested, and honestly, I feel most bad for the daughter, who is probably going to be bullied and laughed at by all the Kitty, kitty, kitty. The audience wants to see you, kitty. Yes, the audience wants to see you. Yeah, I feel bad for this daughter. Like... She's not going to be able to escape, like, the shit on social media, like, at all. She's probably going to get a lot of bullshit. And so I think her mother is a piece of shit for exposing her to that. Yeah, there's a huge pandemic of parents pretending to be their kids at school. It's estimated around 38% of people at school are actually parents in disguise. Yeah. I don't know, like, this idea that, oh my god, someone could sneak into school, like, yeah, okay, they also noticed you, and I don't know, maybe she's a Karen who is also, like, against the mask thing, but didn't want to make herself come off as a crazy Karen, so tried to, I don't know, make this point of, like, we'll see, like, I don't know, that's what I thought at first, but it doesn't seem that there's any evidence of that. You know, the idea that, oh, well, wearing masks will make it even harder to identify the students, and this is why we need more security. I don't know. But, look, I really, honestly, like, have a huge disdain for these types of parents who are so goddamn overprotective of their kids and feel like taking matters into their own hands. I mean, my parents didn't even let me go to school, because they were terrified of anything like, well, my dad didn't want us being indoctrinated by liberal ideology, and my mom was just afraid that we were going to get raped or kidnapped or something, so she was like, no, I can't let my kids out of my sight. And, like, it is so unhealthy. It is so bad to, like, do that with your kids and have that, like, obsession. It's bad for you and it's bad for them. And wait, where is yeah, it's bad for you and it's bad for them, and it's bad all around. And so at the end of the day, I don't want to make too many judgments on this woman. What I do want to do is look at her video talking about this. All right, let's I want to talk about I want to listen to her response to this, and maybe we can try to gauge where she's at based on what she says here.
So my integrity is being put on the line big time. My husband's cousin just called me and said that it made the news. I don't watch the news because I find it depressing.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure you did.
Make...
I'm sure you didn't know that this blew up and that you're being talked about everywhere. I'm sure. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. My charitability is pretty low already with this woman. And her attitude and her tone kind of puts me off a little more because she seems to be very what's the word? Just like, my integrity is being put on the line. People don't even realize why I did what I did. Like people don't realize that, like, our children's security is at stake. Holy shit. Okay. I don't know. I'm having trouble believing this woman. What do you guys think so far? Here, let's watch a little more.
Make this as short and simple as I can so I do not have to edit. And I'm going to try to make it not so interviewing. I didn't do this to get views. I didn't do this to get likes. I didn't do this so people could be mad at me and I could never walk around El Paso again.
Okay. So it would be very easy to call her out and say she's playing the victim card here. Although I do think I mean, she may very well be. At the same time, she might also be genuinely, disturbed by all of this drama that she brought onto herself, honestly. She might actually be, like, having some anxiety about this, be like, oh my God, like, people don't understand my intentions, and, but, yeah, She posted this on social media, too. She didn't just, like, oh, I'm going to do this and then tell the school's security. No, she did it and then posted it on social media so as to what? Shame the school? Like, also, like, trespassing, breaking the fucking school's safety or rules herself, And again, like, she tries to act like it was so easy for anyone to just break into the kids' schools, but no. She probably, again, like, looks like her daughter and did a lot of work to make herself look like her daughter. A lot of effort that most people aren't, like, this is, look, I'll be honest, this seems like the kind of, like, scaremongering akin to, like, transphobes being like, oh my God, well, like, if we let trans women into bathrooms, then men will go to these extreme lengths to be able to make themselves look like women so that they can go into the bathrooms and creep on, like, it's, and look, I'll admit, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, maybe this shit actually comes from a genuine place of anxiety, but it's not a healthy one, okay? It's not a healthy one being like, oh, but what if this happens, and what if that happens, and what if, like, at some point, we got to take a step back and realize, okay, we can't control everything. We can't. And this woman very much strikes me as a control freak who needs to control everything. And, again, who else would take matters into their own hands like this? So, yeah, very odd. Let's listen to some more. God, why won't it let me... Come on.
You guys are assholes.
You guys are asshole. See, oh, yeah, like calling out everyone in her district, right? They're all assholes because they're... Why? Because they're criticizing you for doing something really dumb? Because they don't think that what you did was smart or proved anything? Because they're like... Because honestly, you... probably endangered the safety of their students more now, because now people are like, ooh, if I pass a striking enough resemblance to this student, now all I have to do is, kidnap this student, tie them up, get them out of the way, and then, hey, I can just waltz right in. And I don't know what they'd do. At that point, you'd probably, like, if you had access to that student outside of school, you'd probably prey on them then, right? Or if you were gonna, like, get into school to prey on other, like, what would be what's the point? what's the point? Is she afraid of people bringing guns in to shoot school? It's usually students who do school shootings. Like, I don't know what she's trying to prevent here. I really don't. So, like, yeah, people are going to have criticisms, and they're going to call you out, and they're going to say what you did was extremely fucking dumb and illegal. And, yeah, you shouldn't have done it.
I did this to prove that the public school system, the private school system, is not really... Let me explain.
Not really what? Oh my god. See, she God damn it. Pause. It's not really whatever. She might have had trouble like forming her ideas in that moment, but it looks to me like she couldn't even like she can't even say what she was trying to prove. But I love how she also points out she was trying to prove that public schools and private schools. I'm just like, wait, what? Those are two very different things. Public schools and private schools are two very different fucking things with very different types of security. So you were in one, you weren't in both. You weren't proving anything about both. In fact, you weren't even proving anything about schools in general. All you were doing was proving something about that school. And again, it wasn't much. I mean, honestly, a lot of schools these days have too much security. They have too much overprotective bullshit. They have metal detectors and police officers all over the fucking schools. Like, from what I've seen, it doesn't seem like it's very fun to go to school these days with, like, you know, the amount of security that a lot of schools have. And maybe this was one school that didn't have that security and she wanted to get it there, but this was not a good way. All this does really is make you look crazy. Like, I can try to be as charitable to her as I want, but I can't deny the fact that optically this makes you look fucking insane. Like, really insane. And again, my bigger concern here is you had zero. You want to talk about, oh, you care about your child's well-being? What about the way she's going to be treated now because of your actions? What about the way that like this is gonna follow her forever? Hey, aren't you the one with that crazy mom who like broke into school and to like prove that security wasn't good enough? And God forbid they actually do like enact some like crazy over the top unnecessary security measures. Now she's gonna be known as the kid whose mom caused all of that. You know. Like, hey, aren't you the kid whose mom made it so that now we have to go through a fucking metal detector and now there's like a shit ton more cops roaming around the school constantly? Like, holy fucking shit, dude. Schools should be places to learn. They shouldn't feel like fucking prison cells. Like, and if you want to make the argument that like during COVID it's a little harder to identify students, I could maybe hear that fucking argument, but like that doesn't mean that we need to like, I don't know, like go insane with the security at these schools, especially at like it seems to me that this school did have security already and like they did catch her and she was arrested for this. And I find it ironic that she's bitching for getting in trouble for this when no breaking into a middle school, trespassing on a middle school should get you arrested. You claim to care about your child's well-being. Well, don't you want a system that punishes grown adults that try to trespass on school property and pass themselves off as students? Again, like you're committing the very crimes that you claim to be afraid of other people committing, and people are supposed to just give you a pass because, oh, well, you have a kid who goes here, and you clearly just mean the best. What if you didn't? What if you were an actual fucking predator that tried to use that as an excuse to say, oh, well, I have a student that goes here and I'm just worried about their safety? Like, I'm sure that could be used as like an excuse for someone who's, you know, going, oh yeah, no, my younger sister goes here, my little brother goes here, yeah, no. Meanwhile, someone's like creeping on students or whatever. Like, I'm not saying it's happening, but by your logic, like it could very well be happening, and You know, I just I don't know. This is kind of crazy.
I had to put on the tanner and I had to dye my hair because Julie's hair is darker.
So right off the bat, like, you just finished saying that you're trying to prove that their security is lax, and now you're explaining the lengths that you had to go to subvert that security. And you're wondering why people think you're insane.
I wanted to go as Julie. I wasn't going as my daughter. I wasn't trying to go to impersonating another child.
That's irrelevant. Like,
I wasn't trying to be someone else. I was trying to be my kid and my kid only.
yeah, that's irrelevant. First of all, your kid is not your property, and you don't have the right to be them. You don't have the right to impersonate them. If you steal your child's driver's license and drive around with it, and you're like, whoa, it's my kid, and I look like them, and I birthed them, no, you're gonna get arrested, and you're gonna get hauled off to fucking jail. All right? Like, that's not a good fucking excuse. And again, I hate these parents that, you know, treat their children like, oh, well, it's my child, so I can impersonate them if I want. I can do this or that if I want. And like, no, you can't. You can't just do what you want, bitch. It's like, literally, again, she's trying to prove that, like, the system is like, that it's too easy and there's not good enough security. But the system is very clearly working the way it's fucking supposed to. Someone sneaks in, pretending to be someone they're not, stealing committing identity fraud, basically, and trespassing, and they get arrested and they get in trouble, and you're acting like it's some surprising thing? Like, I think all you did is prove yourself wrong, bitch. Like, yeah, no, the security is acceptable. I mean, whatever, they didn't catch you right away, but, like, you went to great lengths to make sure they wouldn't. And I'm sorry, there's not going to be, like, this is what pisses me off. There's not going to be some solution to school security or any kind of security that will neutralize every single threat. I'm sorry. There's always ways around that shit. Always. You know, like, honestly, like, if you take it, if you pull back a little bit and have a little broader look at the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act is something that is, a lot of people agree, is fucking overkill in order to prevent something that happened once that may never happen again. And a lot of people do this thing where they're trying to prevent something that hasn't happened or something that already happened. And, you know, we end up giving up our freedoms. We end up giving up logic and sense in order to avoid something that's probably not going to happen anyway. And even if it... Kitty, why are you biting my foot? Even if it was going to happen, like, you wouldn't be able to fucking prevent it. Because if someone was going to do the exact same thing that you did to break into a school... Now they just realize, oh, okay, like if they're a school shooter or something, now they just realize, oh, well, I guess I'd better do my shooting during first period then before I get caught. Like, there's always ways around shit. Always. You're never going to be able to prevent everything. And again, these overprotective parents need to fucking learn that. You will never prevent everything. You will never make your child safe from everything. It's just not possible. The world is a dangerous place. Bad things happen. And, you know, people are able to do bad things. It's the same thing with the fucking trans bathroom bill. Could there be someone who dresses up as a woman and goes into a bathroom so they can creep on women? Maybe. But even by banning trans women from the bathroom, you're not going to prevent that. Stop trying to prevent every terrible thing that might happen and live your goddamn life. I think that's overall what this woman needs to realize. Anyway.
I was nervous the entire time. Whether you believe that or not, that's on you.
That's irrelevant. You kind of should have been nervous. You were breaking the law. You were doing something really stupid.
I walked in. They asked me for my ID number. And I gave it to them. I wrote it down. Julie had told me, and I remember.
You mean your daughter's ID number? Yeah, it's not yours. See, Yeah, I love how she's talking about breaking the law. She's talking about something extremely fucking stupid she did, and like it's not dawning on her. Like this whole video is a confession. This whole video is a confession of her crimes, and she wonders why she's being held accountable for them. Like,
memorized it. I wrote down my ID number and my name, and they said, "Did you sign in?" And I said, "Yes, I signed in." And they said, "Okay." They let me walk right on through. I then said hello to the principal, and then I spoke to another faculty member, and then I went to all my classes.
like, what do you, what,
I
what,
even ate lunch
what,
without a mask.
okay,
Now,
like, what are you proposing is done to prevent all of that? Are you proposing that, like, they examine every student, like, look closely and be like, hey, who are you? Are you the student? Like, there's a shit ton of students. Are you seriously, like, anytime, like, a student comes to class with, like, a makeover or something, that they're looking a little different, the teacher now needs to, like, scrutinize them and be like, hey, we need to be 100% sure that you are who you say you are, even though you have your school ID, even though you already look like you for the most part, and, you know, like, she's literally, like, advocating for shit that would, like, strip these students of their freedoms. Kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty. He keeps attacking my foot. He wants attention, but he doesn't want to be held. No. No biting. I love you. Yes. You sit here. Better be on the lookout for bored moms infiltrating the school for viral attention. Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. Because, you know, she claims, oh, this is just something I did to, like, prove how bad the security is. I mean, look at this. There's, what is this, mukbang fail, banana Sprite challenge, and then going to school as my 13-year-old daughter. Like, I'm sorry, like, I get accused of, like, clickbait and shit, but, like, holy fucking shit, if this channel is not meant to be, like, I want to make one random video that's gonna make me go viral. Like, no. Excuse me. What do you want? I love you, kitty. You cannot bite my foot. That hurts. Yeah, didn't you know schools are meant to be like a jail? Yeah, because nothing... Dude, school is already fucking stressful. No one needs, like, going through metal detectors and having their faces examined and, like, you know... Are you gonna take baby?
I'm gonna take baby so you don't have to deal with
Okay.
baby.
Say bye to baby. Say bye to Roxas. He's like, let me go.
I may want to clip this later, so.
Bite him back? No, I'm not gonna bite him. Don't be mean. Yeah, jail mixed with a daycare. Like, I'm sorry, school is stressful enough. I had enough anxiety going to school. I did not need, like, a bunch of bullshit like that. Being constantly scrutinized because you might be a shooter or you might be someone that's trying to, like, holy fuck. Like, at this point, just get rid of school. Like, if you're so terrified of your kid, like, just get rid of school and make it all online. Oh, but you don't like that when you have to, like, be responsible for your child being home 24/7. I don't think that's a good solution, by the way. Kids need socialization. Why do we think the best way to educate kids is to put them into daycare prison? I don't fucking know. I don't know. It's fucking dumb. And it's counterproductive to a good education. Holy fuck. Anyway, let's listen a little more.
The news station in El Paso, KT whatever, I don't watch the news. She commented, they're making it look really bad. Like, I just wanted to go to middle school for shits and giggles. And I'm going to be 100% myself because now my integrity is being put on the line. Which is fine. I don't care what you think.
I don't know. Look, I don't know what their local news channel said, but, like, a lot of places that covered this were saying shit that, you know, you went in. Hang on. Texas mom Yeah, see, here's from the El Paso Times 4 days ago. Texas mom says she posed as daughter at school to highlight need for better security. You know, like, and I'm sorry, like, yeah, the media is gonna call you out and they're gonna be critical of you because, like, you did something really dumb that seemed to have no good reason behind it. And they're gonna, like, yeah. I don't know what you expected. I bet you she expected them to be like, this heroic woman, this woman who, like, against all odds, fought back against the system to point out the tyranny of these schools that are putting our children's lives at risk every fucking day. Like, holy shit. You're not that important. You didn't do anything that, like, this was the only way they were going to cover it, was negatively. Like, I don't know what she thought was going to happen other than that. Is people just be like, oh, this woman's kind of fucking stupid. Look at her just impersonating her fucking child. Yeah, people are going to think. Holy fuck. She has a complex that she can do no wrong. Yeah, maybe. She does strike me as one of those people. Let's listen to some more.
But I'm going to tell you my side of the story.
Okay, let's hear it.
The school was so concerned that my phone was out that they weren't even paying attention to who I was.
Oh my god, again. Like, I love how she tries to use this as like a really damning thing against the school. Like, they were so concerned that my phone was out. Well, look, I agree it's dumb that they care whether or not your phone is out. But you were there with your fucking phone in your face, which was also against the, like, I love how she's surprised that she's getting in trouble for breaking rules. Like, this woman literally, like, doesn't understand, like, the idea of cause and effect. It's like, they were mad at me for having my phone out. It's like, well, yeah, you were in class. It's against the rules to have your phone out. And it's like, they're getting mad at me because I broke the law and trespassed on school property and committed fraud against my own daughter. And it's just like, yeah, people are critical. You did dumb shit. Holy fuck.
Or what I was, besides, what I was doing, but they never interacted with me. It was always, hey, put your phone away. Hey, put your phone away.
Yeah, they can't interact closely with every single fucking student. And honestly, I think that's a problem in our school systems. I think we need way more adults in our schools. If I could overhaul the school system, I wouldn't add a shit ton of security. I'd add a shit ton of extra teachers and teachers' aides and counselors and, all kinds of people, so that there's like, I'd have like 2 or 3 extra adults in like every single classroom, and ones outside of the classroom that like students can just go and talk to, I'd try to like up the student to adult ratio so that there's way more people paying a close attention to the kids. But like, that's not a security issue. That's just an issue of how the fucking school board is run and how, like, how spread thin a lot of these schools are. They don't have enough staff to pay close attention to every single fucking student. They should, but... Yeah, she had the Karen mentality. She thinks she's some kind of authority figure that's above it. Yeah, like this mentality is like, oh, well, I was just trying to, check the security of my school. Like, that's not your job. You don't have any authority to do that. You literally have no authority to do that kind of shit. Holy shit. Okay, let's watch a little more.
I wasn't even a person. I was just, hey, put your phone away.
oh my god, being in school sucks because they don't treat you like a person. They treat you like a commodity that's, you know, or like cattle that's there to, you know, take in information, leave, do your homework, and come back. Like, again, you want to make complaints about schools being super impersonal and, you know, not treating kids like people. Like, we can talk about that, but this wouldn't be a good way to prove that either. Holy shit. I almost feel like this woman just wanted an excuse to, like, you know, see what her daughter's school was like for herself, because these parents are like, oh, well, I don't trust it, and I have to be the one to, like, make the decision myself. I have to be the one to examine and you know, whatever. I don't know. This is really fucking dumb.
I didn't do this to ruffle any feathers. I didn't do this to out the school because I was never going to.
Wait, no, fuck you. You didn't do this to out the school. Yes, you did. That's exactly why you did it. You either did it to out the school or you did it for attention. Like, you can't be like, oh, I didn't do it for either of those reasons. Like, you either wanted attention for your little ass channel here to be like, you know, oh, look at me. I went to my 13-year-old daughter's school pretending to be her, and I'm 30. Oh, isn't that crazy? Or you wanted to, like, get the school in trouble or force them to make some kind of a change. And again, one school isn't representative of the entire school board or, you know, even the entire district. Like, it's one school. So, like, yeah, you were doing it to specifically out that school. That's all that's the only effect you would have had. Even if anyone, and again, you're not outing them for much because their security is not that bad. I'm sorry. You want to pretend it is, but like it's just normal school security, and they did catch you. Again, not quickly, but like you went to great lengths to avoid being caught. And people that want to avoid getting caught will always go to great lengths to avoid getting caught. You can put metal detectors, but people will find ways to sneak weapons in otherwise. Like, you can put facial recognition shit at the school, but then, like, there's always a way around shit. What prompted her to do this? Boredom? Yeah, probably. Why doesn't she just join the PTA or meet with her daughter's teachers? Yeah, do something like that. Or meet with other concerned parents. Start a coalition of concerned parents that are like, we think there's some lax security measures at this school and we want it looked into, you know? Like, there's a lot of shit you can do. But this, and I'm sorry, like, when you look at this video... Wait, where is it now? Yeah, there it is. When you look at this video, this feels very, like, social media bait. You know, this feels like the kind of thing you'd see in fucking 2021 of someone trying to, like, you know, get attention on social media. Like, I don't mean to be uncharitable, but, like, it doesn't look great. Like, all she does is just like, oh, look at this.
Hello.
You know?
Morning.
She even tries to sound like her daughter, dude. Like...
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not see you behind me. Thank you. Oh my goodness. I am gonna get so caught. I'm actually really scared now.
See, and I love how her instincts are like, I'm gonna get caught, I'm so scared. Like, you should be. Like, I love how in the moment she knows what she's doing is really dumb, but, like, she's still doing it, and she's like, you know what, I'm just gonna bail. She's like, no, I'm gonna stay here until I get fucking caught. Bruh, how tall is she? I don't know. Probably about as tall as her daughter. I don't know. I have no idea. Her voice is so deep. Yeah, she's clearly trying to, like, sound, make her voice sound a little softer so it sounds closer to her daughter. But, like, you can tell when she actually speaks that her voice is different. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. This is it is really dumb, and I don't feel bad for this woman in the slightest. I feel bad for her daughter. I feel bad for the bullying that her daughter is going to incur now. Her daughter's probably going to have to change schools, which you could have just done in the in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if before she did this, she had some conversation with her daughter where she's like, I do not like the security at that school. I want to take you to a different school. And she's like, but no, like, I have my friends here and I don't want to leave. And she was like, well, fine then. I'm going to take matters into my own hands. And, you know, now your daughter probably does have to switch schools if that was what you were trying to avoid, because you're going to inflict a shit ton of bullying on her, which, again, like, holy fuck, dude. This woman is trying to virtue signal Pearl Clutch about think of the children. You don't know how to think of your own goddamn child. You're so busy trying to fucking take matters into your own hands that don't fucking concern you, that you don't even fucking take into account the fact that your own daughter is now going to have to live with the stigma of being your daughter after what you fucking did. And the fact that your daughter now has to have a mother who's been arrested and gone to jail. And I don't know what's going on. It just says she was arrested. I don't know if she was convicted of anything yet or whatnot, or if she's in jail. But all of that is very fucking stressful on a child. Very fucking traumatic. And you've just inflicted way worse onto your daughter than what you claim you were fucking trying to protect her from. So good on you, bitch. I don't know if I have much more else to say. This woman just seems to be making excuses, and, you know. Here, let's see if there's a little bit more to glean from this, and then we'll up the speed, and here, let's take a look.
To say what school district or what school it was.
Bullshit.
They put that out there themselves. The school. I'm still not going to say the name.
I'm still not going to say the name, even though it's literally in all the fucking newspapers. It's on all the sites. Everywhere you look, like, anywhere you look where you see her face, it's like, oh yeah, it literally says the name of the school, but you're going to take the moral high ground and not mention the fucking school. Oh my God.
I was done with lunch. I went to another class. I was then the only student in one of my classes. The teachers were so preoccupied with the students that were online that they weren't paying attention to the students that were there physically.
So then you weren't the only student in that class. You made it sound like it was a one-on-one class where the student where the teacher, where you had the teacher's undivided attention. It sounds like the teacher was still trying to do a lesson, still trying to focus on the students that were at home. And also, again, like, I love it because she's so concerned about this, but, like, you could just keep your child at home and let her learn online. But no, you have to, like, like, this is just so, like, look, I don't know at the end of the day. I really don't know what this woman's intentions are, but all I can say is all of her actions all the way down have been dumb. Really fucking dumb. And her excuses don't seem to make it sound any better.
Each class that I went to, and this is not to out the teachers. Every single teacher of my daughters is very, very, very nice. They're all, and I feel bad that it had to be this school, but this is a problem in all schools. I'm not saying that.
Wait, how do you know that? Do you have, like, close, intimate, like, knowledge about the security at all schools? Or even all schools in your fucking state or district? Like, what the... A lot of schools do have fucking metal detectors, dude. Like...
It's just the school that let me in and walk through. I bet you anything, someone else can do this. This is why I did this.
No, anyone else cannot do exactly what you did and pass themselves off as your daughter with your daughter's ID. Like, you had your daughter's ID. You're surprised they didn't question you once you were already in and showed the ID? Like, what? This is the insane thing. Like, oh no, there's cracks in the system. There's cracks in every fucking system. Every system. There will even if all the security measures that you want get passed, there's still a way in. I promise you. You could fucking pose as a teacher. You could, you know, like, pose as a cleaning person, as a maintenance person. Like, holy fuck. Like, most people know this, especially people that like, you know, pay attention to how to con or anything. Like, an easy way to get into almost anywhere is just by walking in any kind of uniform and holding a clipboard. Like, you know, oh yeah, I'm just here to inspect the pipes. Yeah, oh, I got, you know, they called me in. And if someone like is, oh, I didn't know you were supposed to be in, you can just argue with them. Like, there's ways to get into anywhere. Like, there always will be.
whether you agree with me or not.
Honestly, what this woman should be doing right now is just admitting that, yeah, what I did was dumb. And look, I had good intentions. I wanted to help. I didn't think it was safe. And, you know, I wanted to point out the security holes. But, you know, yeah, I realize I shouldn't have maybe done it or whatever. Like, that's what she should be doing right now. But she's getting defensive. She's, you know, refusing to admit any fault and just making excuses for absolutely everything she did and doubling down. And yeah, this doesn't make you look any better.
Every teacher was facing their computers. So the students that were really there weren't really we were kind of getting the short end of the stick. So those are the only things that I noticed, that they were really concerned with my phone, and the students online got way more attention than the students that were there physically. It's a give and take. It's not really, that's not really a deal breaker. I think the deal breaker for me was actually walking in and posing as a 7th grader. I mean, I'm no spring chicken, but...
No, you're not. But again, you clearly look, oh my God, this is the ridiculous thing. I'm 30 and my daughter's 13 and I never should have been able to get through those doors. Like, dude, like, I swear to fucking God, like, you do realize, oh my God, this woman is just really dumb. This woman is just really dumb. Like, yeah, you do realize that there's a number of ways to get in, and most people are not going to go to the lengths that you went to. You put on makeup and tanned your skin. I don't know what else there is to say about this, honestly. This woman is really fucking dumb. And again, I hope that she's held accountable for this shit, for the sake of her daughter. I hope, like, I hope that her daughter is not bullied too much for this. And again, like, overall, I think you're a shitty fucking parent, because a good parent would think about the well-being of their child in all areas before doing some stupid, self-serving bullshit like this. Like, you should think about the effect it's going to have on your child's reputation, and, you know, the rest of your child's experience at school. And it's really fucked that you were so selfish and short-sighted to overlook the effect that this would have on your child and is having on your child. Yeah, I hope the daughter's father is way more responsible than her. I hope so too, but I don't know. We can only hope. Anyway. A good parent has kids when they can afford them, lol. Yeah, that's very true. Which is why there aren't many good parents in the world. Don't mean to derail the stream, but with Paul, don't meet your heroes is true. Yikes. Oh, yeah. No, I've learned that several times over the last few years. Yeah, don't meet your heroes, especially if you want them to still be your heroes. I mean, in some cases, it's not terrible, because, hey, whatever, I met TJ, and I've been disillusioned by some things about him, but, hey, I view him as a person now, and, you know, I think we're friends. We're not close friends, but, you know, I have a level of respect for him that is, you know, you're a friend that I agree with. I'll discuss things with you, you know, but I agree with on some things, disagree with on other, but I no longer idolize TJ, so that's good. But in terms of Paul, yeah, that's kind of a really big disappointment. But whatever, it is what it is, yo. It is what it is. What if you oddly enough met Destiny and Vosh, Jamie? I don't know, yo. Honestly, I feel like I've already met Destiny, yo. Just a fatter, angrier, saltier Destiny. Damn, you don't even have 1K people and you interacted with TJ and Paul. Lucky. Look, it's not about the fucking subscriber count. And it's not about, you know, I mean, hey, I'm a small channel. I'm doing my thing. I'm growing. I've built a nice little community here, and you know, if I ever get to 1K, that'll be great. But there's still value in what I do here, even if I don't have 1K. And I think TJ is a little more realizing of that than Paul is. You know, TJ realizes like, oh yeah, you know, there's people that have way smaller channels than me, but that doesn't mean they're not valuable people. That doesn't mean they don't have something to say to add to the conversation. YouTube is large parts luck in a lot of ways. Not in all ways, but in a lot of ways, so. At the end of the day, we're all just people, and I could just as easily be where Paul's ego is right now, and he could just as easily be where I am. And same for anyone in any position. Life is a gamble. It's a roll of the dice. Nobody's truly in control, and nobody is inherently better or worse than anyone else. There are things that we do that might make us better in some ways than anyone else, but no one is inherently, like, better or worse. Used to be easier to blow up on YouTube. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. It's hard, but not impossible, yo. Well, thank you for subscribing, yo. I appreciate that. We're growing. We're getting closer to 1K. We might make it at some point. We can only hope. Anyway, let's look at another video. TJ puts up a front yet openly opportunistic businessman. TJ puts up a front yet openly opportunistic businessman. He don't do that for just anyone though. Oh, I don't know what you mean by that. If you're talking about the fact that, and look, I mean, TJ was open about the fact that he was taking advantage of me and Paul's beef. Honestly, I think it was a little shitty of TJ to exploit that situation in the moment the way that he did, because it was very hard to say no to, even though I knew deep down I really should have. And I honestly don't think TJ was a very good moderator at all. I think he let Paul get away with way too much and reined me in more than he did Paul. And was like, oh, well, Jamie, don't bring me up, or don't bring this up or that up. And I felt very neutered in a lot of ways, because there were certain things I couldn't even talk about because of TJ not wanting certain things discussed on his channel. So, you know, I respected that, but a lot of my conversation was neutered, especially when Paul started calling me a drama streamer. I was like, do you want me to get into the fucking specific situation of the drama I'm talking about right now, Paul? Do you want me to ask you why you yourself aren't talking about that drama, Paul? I didn't bring that up. I didn't go there. Maybe I should have. I don't know. What situations? Go look at my other streams. I have 2 interviews with victims of TJ and Paul's former Drunken Peasants host, Benpai. And we're working on getting more of them out soon, because, yeah, there's another instance of don't meet your heroes, dude. Dude, there was a time when I idolized the 4 Drunken Peasants, the original files. Like, TJ, Scotty, Ben, and Paul are all gods, yo. They're fucking amazing, fucking godlike beings. And then, you know, 2 out of 4 of them turned out to be total fucking assholes. I mean, one of them clearly worse than the other, but still. You should have brought that up, but then that's a bridge of trust broken from TJ. Yeah, I didn't want to piss off TJ. I wasn't trying to like go against his wishes. He's already asked me to not not involve the DFF community in that drama. Even though, and I will say, I do kind of disagree with that, because I do think that their community is inherently tangled up with the Ben drama, and I think that they should speak about it, but where are the juicy streams? I literally have a playlist on my channel called Drama Shit, and all the relevant streams are in there if people want to watch them. But yeah, no, I understand why, by the way, why TJ doesn't want to talk about it. But Paul made it clear that he supposedly doesn't have any sort of legal agreement with Ben. So he could talk about it. He just doesn't feel like he has anything to add. Well, I think you have something to add. I think you have a fucking giant-ass audience, or a decent-sized audience that's watching you, that, you know, you could add some, flame, some fire to the flame, some, you know, you could add some fuel to the flame, you know? You could push push it a little bit further so more people know, you know, what kind of a piece of shit your ex-co-host was. Sorry, I didn't plan to get into that right now. Yeah, you have a drama playlist, but you want a drama channel, right? Bitch, get real. All right. Well, honestly, yeah, I have a drama playlist because I realize that that's something people want to see, and it's relevant to a certain thing that I'm trying to discuss lately on my fucking channel. But yeah, no, my channel is not all about drama. That's why it's in a specific playlist. If my channel was a drama channel, there wouldn't be a drama playlist. I'd just say, look at all the other streams on my channel. Yeah, I really don't. Like, people, look, and I understand this. People are going to view me as a drama channel because my drama shit is the most viewed stuff on my channel. And it's always going to be. Like, I fully realize that the minute I'm done with the Ben shit and I tell people, all right, this is put to bed, I'm not talking about this again, I'm going to lose a bunch of subscribers. And I fully am fine with that because I don't want to be a drama channel. I don't want that to be what I'm known for. I want to do other shit outside of that. If people want to stick around for the drama, go ahead. And yeah, I want those streams to be easily accessible so that people can see them. So that more people can see them and know what the fuck is going on. I still believe exposing Ben is important. But, like, come on. Like, this is the problem I'm talking about with, like, the charitability thing. It's like, you know, oh, you're doing drama streams, so you must be a drama streamer. And I'm just like, yeah, I can sit here and tell people all I want that that's not what I'm doing. But if people want to be uncharitable, they're going to be uncharitable. And I really can't control that. Okay. Nice Paul simpery. How about you come back when you have some opinions of your own rather than just parroting what... See, I love it, dude. You know what I love the most? Here's the most ironic thing, and I want all of you idiot Paul simps to internalize this. Paul called me out because he thinks I'm a worthless fucking idiot for not being able to have my own opinions and for just parroting the opinions of people that I listen to. Meanwhile, most of the criticisms I've gotten based on my interaction with Paul have been people doing just that with Paul. People, it's very clear, like, they just reiterate something that Paul said. They're like, oh, your channel seems to revolve around drama and you running your mouth on shit that you barely grasp. Like, you know, in other words, I don't know anything and I'm just you know, I'm like, you're just reiterating what fucking Paul said, dude. Be original. Like, what? But it's real easy for people to come in here and just, like, regurgitate whatever the fuck Paul said. And I'm not saying people can't agree with Paul. You can agree with Paul all you fucking want, but... Like, it's... Yeah, as if Paul knows everything. See, again, like I said with the charitability thing, it goes both ways. And the only reason I'm saying now that, like, fuck Paul for not talking about the victims of his ex co-host is because I was willing to, like, let that go, put that aside and be like, you know what? I don't know what Paul's reasons are for not talking about it, and I'm not going to be uncharitable. I'm not going to be an asshole to him, but he refuses to be charitable to me. He refuses to give me the benefit of the doubt, so why should I afford it to him anymore? Some people are not as deserving of the benefit of the doubt as others, and Paul might say, Paul's response to that might be, oh, well, you don't deserve the benefit of the doubt from me because, and then he'll pull something out of his ass that happened like 3 years ago, or, you know, just some vagary about how I'm an idiot, but nothing substantial. Yeah, and by the way, trolls are not welcome in this chat, so you know what? I think I'm going to redo the rules so it just says be respectful and no trolling. Because yeah, a lot of shit is just, a lot of the rules can just be condensed into just don't be a fucking troll. Because I don't like trolls. I don't like engaging with trolls. My chat used to be fucking full of them. The people that watch me used to be exclusively fucking dipshit trolls that had, you know, fallen off the fucking bottom of the barrel of the DFF DP communities. And what a sad, pathetic community that was. No, I don't cater to trolls anymore, which is why I don't cater to Paul anymore. And I love how he's like, well, then keep my name out of your mouth and don't talk about me. And I ain't going to talk about you as long as you don't talk about me. Then the very next day, he does 5 hours of streaming about me. Well, get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to watch his streams about me. And hey, he doesn't have to watch my streams about him. But I am going to absolutely criticize his dumb ass. Because you know what? You know what I've realized overall in all of this? Like, and it's kind of similar to what I realized about Ben and the Drunken Peasants when I started criticizing that. A lot of people are afraid to criticize. A lot of people are afraid to call out Paul for his dumb behavior and say, yeah, you're actually being kind of shitty, and yeah, you're actually really fucking dumb about this. I'm not saying there aren't people who criticize, there are, but there's a segment of people, especially people with any sort of prominence or channel, that just like, yeah, I'm just going to live and let live. You know, I'm not going to call someone out for shitty behavior. See, that's where I'm at. I'm not a drama channel, but I do believe in calling people out for shitty fucking behavior. I called Ben out for shitty behavior, and I was just going to do one stream calling him out for that and then moving on. But then more victims came to me and were like, thank you for doing this, you know, and they wanted to have their stories heard too. So what the fuck was I supposed to do? Tell them, no, I was just going to, no, I don't want to do this drama. I was just going to do one and then move on, and like, fuck you having your stories told, and fuck the fact that no one else will listen to your fucking stories. Like, get the fuck out of here. I did the only fucking thing I could. And if you want to condemn me because now I have a jump in fucking subscribers because of that, like, yeah, people are going to come and watch, but I'm, again, fully expecting people to leave when I'm done talking about that. At the end of the day, I think, you know, criticism is important. We shouldn't overdo it. We shouldn't be overly uncharitable with people, but we should criticize people when they have bad takes and when they are, you know, acting in bad faith. Needs to be called out. And I'm not going to, like, I'm not just going to be afraid to call something out because, oh, well, optically it might look like I'm like digging into drama. I might look like a drama monger. I don't give a fucking shit, yo. People who are uncharitable are going to be uncharitable. Like, I can't control that. I can only control me and what I do and what I believe and what I, you know, what I truly believe in deep down. That's what I can control. And, you know, if whatever, we can all, and that's why, look, that's why even with the video I just did, I didn't want to, like, go too harsh on assuming that woman's intentions, because I really don't know, and there's not a lot of evidence that will definitively say one way or another what her intentions were. And we don't know. We don't know what other people's intentions are. So why assume the worst intention? I know why a lot of people do it. It's because they're cynical, and it's because they've gone through a lot of shit where, you know, people have fucked them over. You know, shitty things have happened. People have been shitty to them. And so it's a defense mechanism of like, oh, well, everyone must have the worst intentions. And I have to believe that because, you know, I don't want to get hurt again. And I sympathize with that. And I'm sorry. And if people have like betrayed his trust in the past and he thinks he sees patterns in me that are similar to that, I'm sorry Paul went through that, and I'm sorry Paul's dealing with that, but at the end of the day, that's not my problem. It's not. Because I've gone through shit of my own. Honestly, you want to know something personal? I've been hurt by a lot of men in my life. And I've gone through a lot of my life having like a deep fear of men in general. Even when I was one. I was always afraid of men. I never trusted men. I always thought... But do I realize that there are good men out there? There are decent fucking human beings. And most men are just human beings that just, you know, have wants and needs and love and hopes and desires, and just like me. So yeah, why should I make it the rest of the world's problem and say, I'm not going to trust men, I'm not going to engage with men positively because they've hurt me in the past? That would be me being too fucking cynical. And again, there's an understanding of like, well, that I get why it's a defense mechanism, but that doesn't make it a good defense mechanism. It doesn't make it healthy, and that doesn't make it right to, like, again, project those problems onto the rest of the world. I've had people treat me like shit because I reminded them of someone they used to know that, you know, hurt them in one way or another. And so they assume the worst of me and say, I must be a terrible fucking human being. I don't like that feeling. I don't. I think it sucks. It sucks to be treated that way. So I don't want to do that to other people. The least I can ask is that others try not to do that to me. Yo, what up, Elena Fox? Or is it Elena? I don't know how to pronounce shit. You gotta correct me if I don't pronounce shit right. But what up? How's everyone doing tonight? Alright, I want to look at one more video. Let's try to get through this one quickly, okay? Because it is in the title. And I know I've been rambling a lot this stream, but I do want to address the title. Okay. Elena? Okay. Dope. Dope. Good to see you too. Hells yeah. Alright. So here's a video, guys. Black father and daughter team up to blast critical race theory. Alright, let's hear it. Let's have at it. It's our good friend Rob Smith once again. Back again to debunk racism, you know, wherever he can. Let's do it. Let's do it. You know what? We're speeding him up a little because, yeah. Okay, there we go.
Now I got something great for you guys. This is a black father that knows how divisive and how destructive critical race theory is, and he is teaching his daughter that it doesn't matter what color you are, it doesn't matter what's going on in life, doesn't matter what is going on, you can be successful, which is the opposite of what critical race theory woke people are trying to teach our kids. So watch this video with this black...
So that's actually not... that's not what critical race... Oh my god. This is the thing that pisses me off so much, when people like misunderstand shit like critical race. I mean, I don't believe that Rob Smith misunderstands it. I think he just misrepresents it. But this dude up here probably does misunderstand it. And probably thanks to people like this who, you know, no one is saying that you don't have, at least for the most part, a similar shot as everyone else All we're saying is that there are certain disadvantages to a lot of black communities. That doesn't mean every black person is inherently at a disadvantage because of the color of their skin. That's taking it too far. That's taking it to an essentialist place, which, let's be honest, a lot of these people can't think outside of essentialism. It's got to be one extreme or the other. But yeah, let's go a little deeper. Let's watch this.
Black father telling his daughter what is really good in the world. Check this out.
Daddy teaches you can be anything in this world that you want to be, right? Don't Daddy teach you that?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white or any color.
Doesn't matter if you're black, white, brown, yellow, right?
Black.
And how we treat people is based on who they are and not what color they are.
And if they're nice. And
So far, everything that this guy and his little girl are saying is absolutely true. And it's good. It's good that he's teaching her that. All right. It's good that he's teaching her, like, yeah, you should treat people. Well, not necessarily that, like, anyone can do anything. That's kind of bullshit. Like, no one can do anything, all right? Like, I can't do anything, okay? Most people in my audience can't just do anything. We can't just be like, I decide today I'm going to be a lawyer. Yes, I'm going to law school, and I'm going to become the greatest lawyer that ever existed. Like, I'm going to be Supreme Court Justice of... Yeah, like, we can't just... I'm going to be president. Like, there's possibilities for everybody to become most things, yeah, but, like, there are certain barriers depending on where you come from. Now, that's not saying that there's anything wrong with teaching your child that, like... Well, okay, teach your child, yes, treat people like people. Don't treat them differently based on the color of their skin. Abso-fucking-lutely. But it is kind of a lie to tell her that, like, she can accomplish anything. Like, I don't like this when parents tell their kids they can accomplish anything and like, the world is their oyster. Like, yes, teach your child to be ambitious. Teach them to want the best for themselves. But, like, don't lie to them and tell them that, like, they can take literally any path and that there's not going to be any resistance or, you know, like, I'm sorry, as a young black girl, like, I'm sorry, she probably will experience certain hurdles if she wants to go into certain lines of work, if she wants to, like, you know, there are certain barriers. That doesn't mean it's not possible. But being honest with your children about, like, yeah, well, this might be a little bit harder, but you know what? A lot of people have persevered. See, this is what you could do. You could be like, look, see Obama? He became president of the United States of America. He is a black man. He was the first black man to be president. Now, because of that, it was a little bit harder for him to become president. But you know what? He still accomplished it. He still became president against the odds, because at the end of the day, you do have the ability to accomplish great things, you know? But still be honest, like, it doesn't have to be one or the other. Like, this bullshit resistance towards critical race theory, like, you're saying that we're lying to kids, you're lying to kids and saying, or lying to everybody and saying that critical race theory just seeks to tell people that, you know, they can't accomplish anything and that it's not their fault if they don't ever accomplish anything in their life and they were set way back to begin with and so they shouldn't even try. That's not what critical race theory is fucking saying. Critical race theory makes no prescriptions on what individuals should do in their individual lives. It's very good to tell people on an individual level that, yes, you should work hard. Yes, you should try your hardest to achieve whatever you fucking can. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't address the systemic issues that make it harder. Like, I'm sorry if I don't know what kind of environment, I don't know what kind of neighborhood you live in, but if you live in a very historically black neighborhood with very low funding for shit like schools, yeah, your daughter is going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage because she's not going to get as good of an education as other kids. That doesn't mean that she can't accomplish those things, but that does mean that it's going to be a little bit fucking harder. And I'm not even necessarily saying that you need to tell this to your child right here and now. But yeah, here, let's listen a little bit more.
Smart. See, this is how children think right here. Critical race theory wants to end that. Not with my children. It's not gonna happen. My baby's gonna know that no matter what she wants to be in life, all she has to do is work hard. And she.
So again, no, again, there's plenty of people that work hard and don't get to be whatever they want to be in life. Okay, but yeah, like. Also, critical race theory does not tell you that we're inherently racist and that everybody... No, yeah, most kids are just born being like, yeah, people are people. Racism is taught. Absolutely. But that doesn't mean that there's not systemic racism that's inherent in our system. That doesn't mean that there's not a lot of shit in our culture that conditions people with racist ways of thinking. But, like... Look, and I'll say this, though. What he's teaching his child here is, for the most part, decent, okay? He's at least teaching her that, like, yeah, all people are people, and you shouldn't view people differently based on the color of their skin. But you should also realize, and again, I don't know what your lived experience is, dude, but as a black man, I feel like you should know that there are differences, that you do have a different experience from a lot of white people in this country. And if you haven't experienced that, then great. That's absolutely wonderful. And that's what I want for the future of this country. But just because you didn't experience disadvantages for being black doesn't mean that there aren't some people that still do. And that's still a problem that needs to be addressed by our culture. Not every child is as lucky to have a father that, like you, that gives a fuck, that wants to teach her to not be racist, and that wants to teach her about equality. There are some people, and honestly, not every child is as lucky to even have a father in their life. Like, you have to realize this. Not everyone is on a level playing field. Everyone has different advantages and disadvantages. And if you want to teach your daughter to overcome whatever disadvantages may come for her having black skin, whatever slight you believe they might be, however small you believe they might be, that's fine, but, like, there are different experiences. And this very reductionist take of, like, well, see, because, like, most people can accomplish, or a lot of people can accomplish shit despite their skin or their upbringing, you know, like, that doesn't mean that there's no disadvantages. Anyway. Teaching your kid to not make excuses and put their best foot forward is good, but giving them an unrealistic expectations of thing can make them jaded when it doesn't pan out. Oh yeah, absolutely. Exactly. And that's one of the reasons I was so jaded for a long time. I was like, I'm never going to accomplish anything, because I was taught, like, I can accomplish anything. I can do whatever I want when I was younger. I was told I was going to do great things. And then, you know, I got older and I realized, oh, that's not so fucking easy. And so I just thought, well, what's the fucking point? I was lied to. It's all a lie. It's all bullshit. No one has a chance of any happiness. Life just sucks. You know, like, I'm sorry, it's gonna hit her like a ton of bricks when she's old enough to realize that, like, you're giving her a little bit of false hope here. So I think, yes, teach your children, like, equality is good. Teach them that you should be able to accomplish anything despite your skin color, and that if you work hard enough, you probably will be able to overcome it. But don't tell them that there won't be hurdles, that it's not going to be hard, because it absolutely will be, and your child needs to be prepared for that.
She can become that.
Work hard, even though you don't know anyone. You can make friends.
Yeah, you can make friends, no matter.
She is a cute kid, okay? I will admit. And, like, this is very clearly a smart kid, and I don't have, like, huge issues with what he's teaching, but he keeps bringing up critical race theory, and it's very clear as she gets older, he's probably gonna, like, you know, indoctrinate her to be a very anti-critical race theory. And I'm sorry, critical race theory is simply an extension of critical thinking. It's a way to use critical thinking to examine race and race relations in this country, to examine the socio-economic factors that play in to various racial groups and what they experience, and like teaching people that that's bad and that's terrible. Again, I don't think this dude, I honestly, I feel like this dude has probably been, led down a certain path. And, again, it's a way of thinking that I very much bought into at some point. So I can't really, I can't really condemn him too much for believing this. I just think it's, honestly, I'm more mad at Rob Smith here being like, look, see, this is what we should all be teaching our children. When I'm just like, maybe some of it, but yeah, he goes a little too far.
No matter what color they are. So we need to stop CRT. Period. Point blank.
See, this is the problem. And I love it. Look at her. She looks confused at that point where it's just like, stop CRT, stop critical race theory. It's like, this child is not old enough or mature enough to understand what critical race theory is, and you're already drilling it into her head that it's bad and that it's antithetical to everything she already believes in, which is really dumb. Like, I hate when parents try to, like, drill their beliefs into their children like this. It kind of it pisses me off, kind of, because it's like, look, again, some of the stuff he's teaching her is really good, but then, like, it all comes down to this, like, anti-critical race theory, and this is why we need to stop critical race theory. And I don't like that, and you shouldn't like it either, because it's antithetical to, your ability to succeed and people like you and whatever. You probably want to just be like, and I don't want to straw man you, but a lot of these people then be like, oh, well, all these other black people that are at a disadvantage, they're not really at a disadvantage. They're lazy. But sorry, that's just not true. It's just not true. Are there lazy black people? Yes. There's lazy white people, too. There's lazy poor people, lazy rich people. In fact, I'd argue the rich people are some of the laziest. In fact, I wholeheartedly believe that rich people are the laziest in this country. Which is why, again, like, a lot of people, and a lot of black people in this country are working their fucking asses off to try to succeed, and they're not getting anywhere. They're not becoming successful. A lot of us are trying desperately to find some level of success, it's not easy. You can work as hard as you want sometimes, and it's not going to make a difference. And I think that's a reality that we have to accept. That doesn't mean don't try. We should always try. I'd rather teach my child not that there's no obstacles in my path and I can do anything I want, but that it's important to stand strong in the face of adversity and fight back against it no matter what. Because if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish great things. Maybe not anything, but even if you want to say that, you want to use those platitudes and be like, if you put your mind to it and, because again, rather than just being like, look, see, Obama's president, therefore racism doesn't exist. You can use that to be like, Obama is president, and that was, look how he actually managed to become president, even though he had a disadvantage. The disadvantages are there. That doesn't mean they can't be overcome, but that also doesn't mean they're meaningless. Overall, this just brings me back to my overall criticism of humanity, an extreme lack of nuance. It's got to be one thing or the other. It's got to be black or white. It's got to be that either, racism is alive and well in this country and it consumes everything, or that there is no racism and we've already moved way past that, and everyone who thinks they're the victim of racism is just lazy. Like, there's nuances. There's shades of fucking gray, guys. Anyway, let's get to Rob Smith's commentary on this.
Children do not see skin color, man. They love everybody. If they're good people, they love them.
Look, I agree with that. Children don't see skin color for the most part. I had to be taught to treat black people differently from white people. I remember being a little ass kid and making friends with black kids, and my mom saying things like, why does it have to be the black boy? Why can't you hang out with the, or like, or I picked the black character video. Oh, why does it have to be the black one? Shit like that. I had to be taught to be racist. So I absolutely agree with that. But again, that's not antithetical to critical race theory. Critical race theory is trying to examine the reasons in which our society is racist, not just saying our society is inherently racist and we can never get past it. The idea is to get past it, and we will never get past it unless we admit it. We got to look at problems and admit what they are before we can move past them.
We pray for people that are hurt.
And what I love about this is that it really does start with the children. And the people who are trying to push critical race theory on our kids know that they start with the kids.
So I love how he's doing this like, oh, and like the people who are trying to push critical race theory on our children, but yet he's literally advocating for doing the exact same thing, pushing anti-critical race theory. We need to teach our children that no, our country is not racist and there's no systemic racism and, you know, everyone can accomplish anything. You just got to work hard enough. And I'm sorry, like, we're never going to address these. Maybe if you want to, like, change the way critical race theory is taught to kids, I'll talk about that all day, because I do think there are important nuances here and we need to, like, criticize things properly and not just, like, you know, like, we can criticize race relations in this country without saying, and that's why no black person is to blame for their own failures. Like, we can do that, guys. We can talk about racism in this country without just giving all black people a free pass to, like, be lazy and just blame society. But at the same time, again, there's a lot of like, holy fuck, the way that police treat black people, it's documented, it's proven. The fucking effects of redlining and segregation are still in effect to this day. The fallout from that shit. We have fucking black communities that, try as they might, can't seem to pull themselves out of poverty. And you want to say that there's no lingering effects from the racist roots of this country? It's just, I'm sorry, it's patently false. Some guy looking to be a Candace Owens token type. Oh yeah, no, Rob Smith is absolutely that. He hopes to be the next Candace Owens, and he's even better than Candace Owens, because not only is he black, but he's gay. That's two minorities rolled into one, yo. Goddamn. God help me if I ever become like this. Guys, look, I'm all for trans rights, but let's be honest, like, most trans people are fucking insane, all right? And I'm the good one. Yeah. This, and again, I get it. I get where it comes from. It's a self-preservation thing. But, you know, it's selfish. It's a selfish way to act, to sell out your whole community because, you know, you can, it's very lucrative to be a conservative that, you know, preaches against your own minority group. Fucking sad.
This is why it is in the public school system. This is why it is in colleges and universities. They know if they can get to these young children, and if they can teach them that they are victims, if they can teach them that just because they're black, they are victims, they know that if they can do that, they can put them on the path to be dependents of the government absolutely forever. And
I love that train of thought there. See what they're trying to do is teach all black people that they're victims, so that all black people have to be on welfare for their entire lives, and that, like, what? I love the implication here that, like, because why would we want more black people on welfare, more black people being leeches on the system? Why would we want that? Like, there's a real talk right now, dude. Like, why would people that believe in critical race theory want black people to just fucking sit back, not even try to accomplish anything, and, you know... Personally, I want to see black people do better in this country. And that's why I call out fucking racist bullshit, because I think it sucks that there's a group of people in this country who's at a disadvantage in any way. And I think we should address that. Like, plain and simple. I don't want black people to just feel like victims. And look, I'll be the first to say that if any school out there, if any teacher that's teaching critical race theory does that, if anyone is teaching black kids, you're a victim. You're a victim, and you'll never be able to accomplish anything because you're black. First of all, that goes against critical race theory, and that's kind of fucking racist. Just tell people they can't accomplish shit because they're black. It's also not what we're fucking doing, and I will be the first to fucking condemn it and call it out. Critical race theory is not meant to, like, make black people feel like victims. It's meant to wake white people up and other races up to be like, oh shit, there's a fucking fire in the middle of our country. Maybe we should put it out. Black people's houses are on fire. Maybe we should put them out. Because for every fucking black family that's doing well and doing okay as a white family, there's a shit ton of black families that are barely fucking scraping by. And again, there's white families that are barely scraping by too. But when you look at a lot of these communities that have been historically impoverished, like, it's very clear poverty is passed down. Like, I've been lower class my entire fucking life. I don't think I've being in a relationship with Chess is probably the closest I've been to being middle class, and you know, living with her like more middle class family members. Like, I have never been anything above lower class in my fucking life. Okay, and I'm white. A lot of white people have gone through that, and it sucks. But you know why I've never been above lower class? Because my parents were lower class. My parents still are. My parents didn't pass me down any wealth. They didn't pass me down any knowledge, any advantages, anything to, like, you know, give me a little bit of a head start in life. So therefore, I, you know, subsist as a lower class individual. And a lot of people do. Might I one day get lucky and, you know, have like a shit ton more of a disposable income, you know, at my, you know, but maybe. But that'll be against the odds. Because, again, I grew up impoverished. My parents were impoverished, and it's likely that I'll die, if not in the lower class, then in middle class, you know, somewhere around the middle. It's very likely that I will never be upper class or even upper middle class. Again, it could happen, but there's a lot of factors that come to pulling people out of that. It'll be based on the various experiences and advantages that I've had since, and as I've gotten away from that led me out of that. So, like, and not everyone has those advantages. Not everyone can, you know, break out of that. And you know, both these dudes right here could still be fucking impoverished themselves. It's a flip of a coin, a roll of a die. I want to address the problems in our society that makes that shit more likely, and do our best to get rid of those things in our society so that people have as close to an even playing field as we can possibly get. Because we're not there right now.
What is so important about this father is that he circumvents that message and he lets his daughter know in the home that everything that critical race theory teaches is absolutely false.
No, he's giving her false absolutely. See, that's the oh my God. Absolutely everything critical race theory is false. Dude, I don't think this dude knows a goddamn thing about critical race theory. I don't think he's ever studied it. I don't think he's ever looked into what it actually means. You know, aside from like maybe seeing some YouTubers comment on it, some like SJWs are like, oh, look at these people, they're saying all black people are victims. I don't think he's ever actually looked into critical race theory. Because you would not be saying absolutely everything it teaches is false, okay? Even if you don't like it, even if you don't like some of it, like, you have to admit that there's some undeniable truths in there, okay? Yeah.
We need so much more of this in this world. We certainly need so much of this more with parents getting involved with the kids and letting the kids know that, like I said, doesn't matter what color you are, doesn't matter where you came from, you can be successful. What critical race theory teaches our kids, black, white, Latino...
It doesn't teach you that you can't be successful. Wait, I want to hear what he thinks critical race theory teaches.
You can be successful. What critical race theory teaches our kids, black, white, Latino, Asian, or otherwise, is that the color of their skin is the most important thing ever.
Nope, wrong, absolutely fucking wrong, patently false. You literally just betrayed yourself as not knowing a goddamn thing you're talking about right now. Holy fucking shit. There is nothing in critical race theory that says your skin color is the most important thing about you. All critical race theory teaches is that there are societal differences. There are societal disadvantages for certain people of certain races. It teaches that there are, you know, certain effects that race can have on people. There's certain experiences that are different. It teaches us to critically examine, especially the history of black people in this country, and you know, the effects that the history of our country have had on black people and still have to this day. Nobody is saying that it's the most important thing about you, and that is a lie and a fucking straw man, and you fucking know it is. Like, you absolutely know that's bullshit. Not a goddamn person out there says that, like, yes, I have read on critical race theory, and I have come to the conclusion that, yea, it is, of course, the most important factor of a person is their color of their skin. Yes, like, no, like, critical race theory is trying to address the inconsistencies, the ways in which certain races are treated differently, so that can no longer be the case, so that we can get to a place where truly race is meaningless in this country, and we truly are able to accomplish anything, no matter what the color of our skin. So yeah, this is I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised. I don't expect right-wingers to fucking represent, well, anything accurately, okay? Holy shit.
And it is the lens through which they see the world. Kudos to this black father for subverting this message, circumventing it, and making sure that his black daughter knows that she can be anything she wants to be in this world. This is such a great video, and I hope that more people see it, and I hope that more parents, black, white, Latino, Asian, or otherwise, take these messages to their kids.
Well, okay. I have to disagree. I hope that more people don't see that video, and that they don't teach their... I hope they teach their kids some of that, but again, this, like, hostility towards the idea of critical race theory, it simply just shows a lack of understanding of what it actually is. And I urge people to go read up on it. Go, you know, do your own research. There's videos out there that explain critical race theory pretty well. You know, go learn about it, because it's not what this dude says it is, all right? Not even a little bit. Not even a fucking little bit. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, they also, neither of them even detailed it either. Yeah, that's true. Anyway. That's all the segments for tonight, but we can still chill. We can chill for a little bit. How's the chat doing, yo? How's the fucking chat? You know what? Here. Time to chill. Hell yeah. You know what? I'm gonna play this a little bit, cause Rose Black was very kind and sent me a new game that I'm probably gonna play it a little more on the rejects as well. But I have been wanting to. Oh, how do I do this? Is my graphics card acting up again, or my capture card? Sorry. Here. Let's see. Yep, maybe my capture card is not working. I don't know. Holy shit. Oh, there we go. Here, I gotta refresh the chat because it's that annoying blue text that no one can see. There we go. Chilling in bed like a lazy bitch. Hells yeah. Hells yeah. That's what I'm gonna do when this shit is over. Hell yeah, dude. Link's Awakening, yo. I've been wanting to play this for a while. I'm glad someone finally sent it to me. I'm glad Rose Black sent this to me because... Wow, 10 dislikes? Gay. Yeah. I'm not surprised. Nor do I give a shit. People want to dislike, they can dislike. Like I love how people think like dislikes is some kind of like, you know, that it actually hurts the channel or something. It actually helps the channel, so yeah. So far I'm pretty satisfied with the Switch. Games are a bit pricey, but the portability is great for me. Oh shit, what did I just do? I wasn't looking at the screen. Okay, I need to reset this room. Yeah, no, I love it for the portability, and I love a lot of the games that are on, like, there's a lot of good games on here. It's nice having such a vast library of you know, console games that you can play on the fucking go. But I still find the Switch's library somewhat lacking, honestly. Like, the fact that that every Zelda game isn't already on the Switch is kind of really a travesty. Like, yeah, we should have like Twilight Princess and Wind Waker on here already. Gotta love that high quality engagement. Hell yeah. Careless Whisper totally fits. Just hanging out in my uncle's undies. My uncle, I don't know, why did I read the word uncles? Just hanging out in my undies being hot. Well, hell yeah. Hell yeah. The fact that Chrono Trigger isn't on the Switch is a sin. Like, there's so many games that should be on the Switch that aren't. And it makes me really fucking sad. But especially when it comes to Nintendo games, they'd rather just, you know, like, because they could have easily, like, Uncle's Undies. Yeah, dude. They could have easily remade all the other Zelda games, or, like, they could have remade A Link to the Past as well as this one, like, in the exact same engine, and, you know, released it around the same time. But instead, they, instead, they did a remake of this one, right? And then in like 5 years, they're probably going to remake another Zelda game. And then this way they have like an endless fountain of content, right? They can just keep remaking the same fucking games over and over. Good night, Jamie. Catch you another time. Great stream. All right, see you later, satirical rabbit. Hanging out in my uncle's undies. Yeah, dude. My uncle's undies. I don't know. I don't know why I saw that. They choose money. Yeah, it's really sad. Fuck corporations. All right, they all suck. Even ones that I have an affinity for in some way or another, they all suck. My in-ear monitors sound so good on my Gen 4 iPod. God damn it, Realize. You and that fucking Gen 4 iPod. Like everyone's got to know that you've got that Gen 4 iPod, yo. I don't think you've gone like a day. I don't think you've gone like a couple days without like bringing that thing up. I mean, whatever. More power to you if it makes you happy. It's just... I see a comment from Realize. It's like, oh, Realize talking about the iPod again. Dude, some of y'all know. Some of y'all know I despise Apple. I despise Apple with a passion. And I know some people are nostalgic for it, and some people are nostalgic for their old iPods or whatever. I am not. I hated the iPod. I hated that being my only portable device that I could listen to music on and shit. I really despised that. And I do not miss it at all. And I really don't get people that are nostalgic towards iPhones, iPods. It's like, oh yeah, I do love having to use fucking iTunes to sync all my shit. And I just hate Apple so goddamn much. Yeah, the stupid software you have to install just to upload MP3s. And then the fact that most video files don't work with it. You have to convert them, and it's just dumb. Dude, my fucking smartphone can play all the music I want. It can play any video file I want. In fact, dude, I'm constantly realizing that my smartphone can solve problems that I didn't realize I could solve. Like, dude, wait, the Zune is gimped. You're better off getting a what play? Dude, nah, fuck you. You can't Realize you cannot pull rank on that because you know for a fact that iPod is literally gimped. iPod literally has a shit ton of unnecessary restrictions that most other MP3 players did not fucking have. Okay? Like, yeah, no, that's bullshit. You don't get to call other fucking companies out for being like, for having gimped hardware, okay? The iPod absolutely, Apple products in general, like absolutely have less functionality. While on the subject of audio, does anyone know where to get free audiobooks on Audible? They can be like $30. It's called it's called Learn to Torrent. You can do drama videos. TJ did a bit on Onision. I'm not really big into drama videos. I'm just not. Again, people want to assume that I'm some drama monger, but like, nah, I hate drama, actually. That doesn't mean I don't engage in it from time to time, but I don't enjoy it, and I don't go out of my way to, like, seek it out. Because make no mistake, if I wanted to be a drama streamer, I could probably be a lot bigger right now. I've had opportunities to, like, you know, become a drama channel. I did, but they don't have the audiobooks I want. Well, I don't know, dude. If you can't find it, like, torrenting, then I don't know where you're going to find it. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, you gotta... There we go. I'm lost, yo. I'm lost in the lost woods. It's fine. I'm just kind of like absently running around killing things. I'm paying more attention to the chat anyway. I do all my audio mixing on GarageBand. Dope. GarageBand. I wonder if TJ expected you to bring up the Ben thing and that was the goal. I really doubt it because again, like TJ has asked me not to involve the DFF community in that drama. So I as far as I know, like he doesn't want to be involved in it. So I'm not going to involve him in it. That doesn't mean I don't wish he would get involved and say something about it, but it's yeah. This game has an almost Zelda 8-bit classic feel to the gameplay. Well, that's because it is. This is a remake of Link's Awakening from the Game Boy. Oh, I got the magic powder, yo. Aw, sleepy baby. YouTube sometimes has audiobooks. They're free, I think. Just go. Yeah, honestly, you know what I've found? You can actually like, just look up, like Google it. Google the name of the audiobook that you want and see if you can find like a YouTube video of someone just reading it. Because I've found a lot of those. I've found a lot of books that I thought didn't even have audiobooks. God damn it. See, my capture card overheated again. Just a heads up, if anyone wants to send me a new capture card, there is one on my Amazon wish list. I know it's expensive, so I don't expect anyone to do that, but hey, I'm putting it out there, all right? If you know, you never know. Someone did buy me this mic, so but yeah, dude, I remember I didn't even realize that this was a thing until I remember when Harry Potter and the Cursed Child came out, and I was like, what Zelda game was that? The Link's Awakening remake. I wanted to read Harry Potter because I had the book physically, but like I've never been all that good at reading. I've never been able to focus for a long time on reading, and it's just a lot easier for me to do audiobooks. So I really wanted an audiobook, and I found out that they actually weren't doing one for that book or play or whatever the fuck. So I was like, God damn it, I want an audiobook. And I just Googled it, and I found that there were actually, or I searched it on YouTube even. You can search it on YouTube. And I found that there were, right off the bat, and this was right after the book had come out, 3 different people that had made videos just reading the book, just making their own audiobook. And so yeah, I don't know, maybe you could find something like that where there's a book that you want to read and someone else has like made their own audiobook of it. The Cursed, you like The Cursed Child, the sequel trilogy of the sequel trilogy of the Harry Potter universe. Just why I never said I liked it. I said I wanted to read it. I was curious. I was a big Harry Potter fan, and it came out, and I wanted to, I was curious about it. I wasn't going to not read the closest thing to an 8th Harry Potter book we were ever going to get. So I was like, yeah, no. And by the way, no, well, I get the sequel trilogy. Okay, yeah. The prequel, yeah. Because the Fantastic Beasts are also pretty bad. Even though they have decent elements, that's the thing about both these things that piss me off. Cursed Child had some decent elements that, if they had been executed correctly, could have made a really good story, but instead it was just dog shit. Honestly, if they wanted to, like, and that makes me mad too, because they set up the character, they set up Albus Potter at the end of Deathly Hallows, and it made me think, oh, there's going to be something coming. Like, maybe there's going to be a new generation of Harry Potter books that are going to be about his son. And if they'd maybe have split them into 7 books, a year, each 1 year at Hogwarts for Albus, that might have been good. But trying to, like, fit multiple years worth of content into one book or play that was shorter than a million times shorter than any of the books or movies already to date. Like, literally, like, Deathly Hallows had so much going on in it that they took the events that spanned 1 year that usually is only in one movie
and they broke it up into 2 movies, okay? And then for The Cursed Child, they literally did the opposite. They said, okay, let's do like 8 years worth of story and condense it into like an 80-minute play. Like, what? What? That being said, there were some little elements that as a fan I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. But like for the most part, it was just bad. It was bad. I've never gotten the urge to ever go back and reread that. Voldemort showed zero interest in mating, like it needed more explanation. Plus the Turner, but yeah, what's this like? Oh, Voldemort has a child now. What? Yeah, and the Time Turner. Oh my God, like. Look, the Time Turner worked really fucking well in Prisoner of Azkaban, like really well. In fact, it was one of the I remember at the time, because I've always been like, ugh, time travel, but like it was one of the things that it was one of the few times where like time travel was put into a story that isn't normally about time travel, where it actually fucking worked. And I thought like it was so well executed, The Prisoner of Azkaban, both the book and the movie. The book was executed a little bit better, but like the movie as well, like executes it really well, especially like the repeating of like certain events and not making it feel stale and like, we've already seen all this, like, come on, give it. But like the Time Turner and the Cursed Child just is just so bad. It was bad. Hi, FML sent me here. What up, Aurora Meteora? Welcome. FML's a good dude, yo. FML/Underhaven sent me. Oh shit, were they streaming? Oh, is that why my view count was so low for so long? Because they were streaming the whole time, yo. I didn't even know they were live. Fucking Oh, I appreciate that, yo. Thank you, Tav and Annie, yo. Even though I'm probably not going to be streaming for too much longer here. But yeah, feel free to subscribe and stick around, yo. Tav and FML are my Annie and Tav are my buddies, and we do a lot of shit together on Underhaven. Good shit. Have you seen Bo Burnham's Inside yet? No, I have not. I will take a look at it because it does sound interesting. 16 dislikes, double get. Dude, I don't need an update on how many dislikes I have, all right? I really don't give a fuck. Like, dude, I knew especially the minute I started talking about Paul, that a bunch of his simps were going to come in and dislike the stream. Like, yeah. Heard something about Time Turners. We talking about Harry Potter? Yeah, I was talking about how much The Cursed Child sucks. Yeah, dislikes still count as engagement to YouTube, so and I'm not going to be mad because people have an opinion. Yeah. But no, no, because like I said, the Time Turner was really well executed in Prisoner of Azkaban. Like, really well executed. I liked the time travel elements there. It actually worked. It does not work in The Cursed Child. I have the book. Yeah, I do too. Well, I did. It's probably in Canada somewhere. Probably at my grandmother's. What up, Ann Kennedy? Raid Shadow Legends. Say, hey guys, have you played the awesome mobile game Raid Shadow Legends? No, I'm kidding. Don't ever fucking play it. It's garbage. If you have Raid Shadow Legends on your phone, I want you to take your phone right now. Take your fucking phone and like crush it. Okay, with whatever giant heavy object you have. Just beat the shit out of your phone. Destroy it until it is beyond repair. Because once you have Raid Shadow Legends on your phone, all right, there's no going back. I really hate mobile game, dude. Speaking of shitty mobile games, I've actually started replaying Kingdom Hearts Union Cross only because I heard it's ending soon, and I was like, oh well, I guess all that money I spent back when I was playing that game is all going to waste. And I was like, well, I might as well try and finish the story at least before the game ends. And I guess once it ends, they're going to make it like an offline version where I guess that's better because any online game, any online mobile game just has nothing but fucking microtransactions and bullshit like that. But yeah, fuck mobile games, dude. I really despise them. Yeah, no, I will never endorse Raid Shadow Legends either. I will never endorse a mobile game unless I actually play it and I'm like, oh, this actually is a good mobile game that doesn't have all the bullshit that most mobile games have. All the cash grabby, disgusting nonsense. Steam games on all the way. Steam games, dude. If only you could play like PC games on your phone. I mean, you can play more. There's more and more PC games getting ported to Android. I really like that I have I gotta finish it, dude. I've been meaning to finish it, and I have no excuse because it's on my phone, which is literally goes everywhere with me. But I have Knights of the Old Republic on my phone, which is dope. I've also got like the Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic, which was one of my favorite PC games when I was a kid. Steam Link onto Android. Can you actually play Steam games on your Android? Don't you just have to? You can, but it sucks. Yeah, because I know that there's ways to like stream your games to your phone. I don't want that. I just want like games that are like, think about it. Like for example, again, Knights of the Old Republic. Okay, it's an old PC game. It was an Xbox game. It was, for a long time, the idea of having this game on a phone was like a pipe dream. Like, no one would have imagined that this game would have run on a phone, but it does now. And there's a lot of other games that would probably work on the phone if companies went to the trouble of actually porting them. I've said for a long time, Morrowind would be a perfect fucking mobile game at this point. Where did I just go? God damn it. Yeah, dude. Raid Shadow Legends gave me $100 to promote this. It's garbage and I hate it. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I do have the OG Knights of the Old Republic on my phone, but it's hard to get past the first space fight with a touchscreen. Is it? I don't really have trouble fighting because it's mostly turn-based. It's not like a action-heavy game. I could see the argument for like maybe Morrowind would be a little bit too hard, but I still think it would work. I still think, honestly, like, look, in order to move, this works, okay? In order to, God damn it, as long as I'm looking at it, in order to move, you just swipe the screen up and like this. That's how you walk, right? And then have a button that's like, oh, this attack, this attack, this attack. It's not fucking hard. Yeah, they can run Fortnite on phones, dude. And honestly, like, you can connect a fucking I don't know if you actually could connect a Wii Pro Switch Pro controller, but you can connect a PS4 controller to the phone very fucking easily. There's even little clamps you can get that'll like hold onto your phone. You can clip it onto your controller. There's also controllers that like function like Switch controllers, where like there's like a thing on either side, and you like clamp your phone into it, and you got like a controller now. Like, I really think in terms of mobile gaming, we should be normalizing devices like these. More companies should be like pushing devices like these. Companies should be like pushing games and be like, buy this game and also buy this new special controller that we've made to make playing the game on your phone easier. Like, handheld systems should be like completely obsolete at this point. I mean, my phone can play PSP games like a fucking dream. It can even play some fucking GameCube games and shit. Like, there's There's potential in these little fucking computers that we carry around, but instead, most of the fucking games that they give us are fucking Farmville clones where we have to pay money to have less fun than we would on a fucking game that is infinitely cheaper in the long run that you could buy for your fucking 3DS or PSP or Nintendo Switch or whatever. Like, it's an absolute fucking racket, and I cannot believe that the mobile games market still exists the way it fucking does. Really pisses me the fuck off. Anyway, I've ranted about that a million fucking times before. I really do hate it, though. That's why I keep ranting. It pisses me off still to this day. Let's see. Does this work now? I guess the capture card works, but only in short bursts, which means it's starting to die. Which really sucks, because God damn it. I get it to work for like a minute, and then... God damn it. I hate mobile games. I prefer console games. What do you mean by you mean portable games, or the mobile games that I'm bitching about? Because again, like, the PSP had a lot of great games. DS and 3DS had a lot of great fucking games. And the Switch in general, like, holy fuck. All the games that can be played on here, games that, like, growing up, I never would have imagined would have been able to be played on a portable system. Fucking Skyrim. Fucking, I just got Devil May Cry 1 and 3. Like, Dark Souls, fucking, like, the Assassin's Creed games, like... There's a shit ton of shit, and that's why I think the Switch could be the fucking perfect console. It really could be. Do you play Dota 2? No. And by the way, it's not Darky, it's Darké, all right. But most people just call me Jamie. Yeah. I mean, I honestly don't care. I just, people accuse me of being racist when other people call me Darky. And they're like, well, it's your fault for having a name that people mistake for a racial slur. And I'm like, like, I make it very clear what my name is. And the fact that, like, whatever. Yeah, I saw someone criticizing Paul and be like, why do you keep using a racial slur to refer to Jamie? And, like, someone was like, hi there, Jamie. Look at Jamie's sock account. I was like, I didn't say that, and I honestly wouldn't make that criticism on my own, but I don't think it's a bad point that, like, Paul does know how to pronounce my name, and yet he continues to pronounce it Darky. The only reason I own a 3DS is to play Soul Silver, and that's only because my Pokemon Silver cartridge crapped out on me. I mean, hey, some people, look, some people got their game that there's like, yeah, this is the game I want to play, and I understand that. Like, I would buy a system just to play, like, if there was a portable system that had all the Kingdom Hearts games on it, I would buy that system. Because I'd be like, fuck yeah, I get to play Kingdom Hearts on the go now. Or just, you know, which is why I want Kingdom Hearts on the Switch. Bring it to the Switch, you fucking lazy fuck, Square Enix. Ugh. I have a rant about Square Enix I might do on a future show here. People call me racist because I call myself an ape. G-Man calls me racist because I gave out black cards to people he took them from. Oh my god. Yeah. Pronounce it Darké, geez, lol. Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I've thought of changing it for the longest time because that's a name I came up with forever ago. It was a name of a villain character in one of my stories. Character by the name of Darké Black the Third, and he was a dark warlock who was very evil, but also kind of cool. It's more suitable to Jay than Jamie, to be honest. Yeah, I know. And that's why I've been trying to figure out a new name, but I didn't want to like rush it and just pick something when I'm not sure about it. So no, that's not dead naming me to bring up my old name. Electric toothbrush or manual? I prefer electric toothbrushes, but the electric toothbrush I have is currently crapped out, so it's just a regular toothbrush, which is unfortunate, but I gotta get a new one. Copium Enlightenment. Yeah, dude. Hopium Enlightenment, yeah. Well, I'm not trying to come up with a new name for the show. I'm trying to come up with a new name for myself, like a new last name, because I'm going by Jamie now instead of Jay. But I've just kind of stuck with Darké because it's the one that people have known me as. I don't know. Maybe I'll just take Chess's name. I'll just be Jamie Piercy. But see, that doesn't work as well because that I don't know, the way both word Jamie Piercy, it's too many syllables. Jamie Kemmingsworth then. Yeah. How about Jamie Windenshire? Lord Anthony Windenshire. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking of doing Jamie Hopium, but that also sounds too yeah, doesn't sound like a real name. I don't know. I'll come up with something new one day. One day. I could just shorten Chess's name and be like Jamie Pierce. Jamie Turner. Yeah. Jamie Pierce. The motherfucker. Hello, everybody. My name is J.F. Garapé. I am the greatest French rapist in the world. I am the greatest biologist. I know everything, and because of this, I can tell you that white people... Yeah. Yes, we need to have an ethno-state, motherfucker. Did you see JF debate the serfs? I was meaning to watch that. I didn't get around to it. I thought it was Vosh debating JF at first. Then I was like, oh yeah, no, I don't think JF's gonna debate Vosh again. Yeah, I'll watch it. Is JF still a thing? Little bit, unfortunately. Why did Epstein give JF money again? That was so weird. Wait, what? Epstein? JF? What? I don't know anything about that. I don't know nothing about that. JF hasn't had a new idea since he came out as a Nazi. Yeah, no, he really hasn't. He just doubles down on the same bullshit and gets a little bit better at dog whistling each day. They keep putting JF on Modern Day Debate, really? Damn. Yeah, we rag on JF sometimes on Underhaven. We found a clip channel that posts clips of JF. So we comment on that shit from time to time. Motherfucker, I will debate anybody on the theory of race, alright? I am a biologist, so I know more about race than you do. I know more about race than anybody. Even though I am discredited and not taken seriously in any academic circles, I still will use my biology degree to pull rank on people and make them think I know more than them. Oh, yes. Yeah. I haven't been invited back to MDD since James blocked me for asking to do a debate on whether hot dogs were sandwiches. Damn. Dude, it'd be dope to get on Modern Day Debates.
I'd like to debate somebody. That could be fun. I gotta get better at it, though. I'm not the greatest at debating. Jeffrey Epstein gave him money. Dude, you should DM me whatever shit you have on that, if that's true. Like, Google it. Wait, okay. Never mind. Epstein. JF. Yeah, I don't see anything on this. Oh, what's this? Jeffrey Epstein apparently donated money to JF. Oh, what is it? Oh, this is from a Reddit. Oh, a BuzzFeed news article. Okay, wait. Jeffrey Epstein's links to scientists are even more extensive than we thought. Scientists took Epstein's money or associated with the financier after he was jailed for soliciting an underage girl for prostitution. Some say they are sorry, others didn't comment. And holy shit, yeah, look, there it is. There it fucking is, yo. We got us. There's our French Canadian creep right there. Yeah. Holy shit. Well, if BuzzFeed says it's true. What was the reason? Lawrence Krauss. God damn it. JF. Let's see. Garapi was a pre-doctoral researcher in neuroscience at Duke University in 2014 when his nonprofit Neuro.TV received $25,000 from Epstein to make a series of YouTube interviews with experts in psychology, neuroscience, and philosophy. The project is still the lead item on the dormant website that of the Jeffrey Epstein Foundation. Since posting the Neuro.TV videos, Garapi gained a following as a far-right YouTuber whose recent guests included the white nationalist Richard Spencer. In 2018, the Daily Beast described Garapi's child custody battle, in which his ex-wife alleged a history of abusive behavior towards women. Garapi denied the allegations. Of course he fucking did. I am a white heterosexual male libertarian who believes in freedom, sovereignty, and self-determination for all people, including mine. Yes, Garapi told the BuzzFeed News by email. He also railed against the false allegations by females. Yes, all these females with their false allegations. I cannot believe they want men to be held accountable for their creepy behavior. It is not fair. Garapi has no regrets about taking the money. I'd cash a check sent straight from the devil if I could allow me to advance science or scientific education, he said. I did know about the earlier conviction of Epstein when I accepted the money. I didn't know of the most recent allegations, though, which are way worse than I thought. In any case, I do not regret taking the money. Evil people are not just evil. Wait, evil people are not just evil? The fuck does that mean? What? Garapi said that in October 2014, he solicited another donation from Epstein to finance his book, The Revolutionary Phenotype. Oh my god. It argues from theories about the origin of life on Earth that humanity is sowing the seeds of its own destruction through developments in genetics and artificial intelligence and other fields. Oh my god. Epstein didn't respond to that request. Yeah, I'm sure he didn't. Wow. Wow. Oh shit, yo, I get a free audiobook.
Free with my fucking audio trial, yo. I should listen to this. I should get this audio book and learn me some science, yo, from a real actual scientist. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Sounds like a Luddite book. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, maybe Paul would like it. I do not abuse the women, as women are adults and my girlfriends all have the IQ of children. Allegedly. Yeah. Free, still not worth it. Yeah, it's also not worth wasting your free Audible trial. Yeah, get an actual good book. It's worth listening to. Lately, I've been rereading one of my favorite book series. It's called the Shadow Hunters series. Yeah, there was a book series called the Mortal Instruments. That was, I guess, the original series of books, and then there's been like a bunch of other ones that have come out since. And I recently got like some of the new books that author put out, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to the beginning and start reading all over again, because I really do enjoy this series. Yeah, I've been reading the Infernal Devices trilogy. Fucking dope series. It's about a girl who who's kidnapped by warlocks and realizes that she has the ability to, or is forced to practice her ability that she didn't realize she has, which was to turn into any person. And she gets rescued by shadow hunters who are Nephilim people who are like part angel who fight demons. And there's like vampires and werewolves and fairies and warlocks and demons, and it's a fun universe. I really enjoy that universe. I don't know if anyone's seen the Shadow Hunters series that was on Netflix for a while. That was pretty good too. Have you ever read the Dark Lord of Darkholm? No, I have not. I'm not very well read. I have a few book series that I really like. I'm always interested in finding new ones, but I don't know. There's something about that series that I've just like had a huge affinity for, and I really wish there were more. Like there was one movie of it. It was called City of Bones, and it was not very good. The TV show was way better. But yeah, that movie flopped, and the TV show was canceled after 3 seasons, and it was supposed to go longer, but it got cut short, and the ending sucked, and I just kind of like, I love this universe, and I want more shit from it. I want there to be more movies. I want there to be like a whole bunch of shit. So it's one of the few series that I just have been really engaged in over the years, and I will read anything that this author puts out because she's fucking brilliant. Reminds me of Mr. Mercedes. I have not read that. How many books does your free Audible trial give you? 1. You get to download 1 free book, and you have like a free month before you can. You have a month before you can cancel that. But even when you cancel it, you still get the free book. Look at me fucking simping or promoting Audible when they're not even promoting YouTubers anymore. Sad. Anyway, I'm gonna peace on out of here, guys. I've been streaming like way too long. I stuck around a bit longer because people were raiding, and a bunch of new people wanted to chill for a bit. But yeah, it's time to wrap this stream up, guys. Probably see y'all tomorrow night for some Stoned Rejects or Under the Influence or something over on the Underhaven channel. And I'll see y'all back here again on Thursday for my next stream. And yeah, I probably will go a little more in depth on the Paul thing there. So yeah, if that's what you're looking forward to, make sure not to miss that. Anyway, until next time, guys,
be sure to like, subscribe, share, all of that shit. Follow me on Twitter. Join my Discord where you can get special notification rolls to let you know whenever we go live. You can also support me via Streamlabs. I got an Amazon wishlist where you can send me shit that I'll fillet you for on stream and tell everyone how fucking awesome you are. Much like Rose Black, who sent me this Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening remake on the Switch, which I really fucking appreciate. And so yeah, all of that shit y'all can do. You can also support me on Patreon for only $2 a month, which gets you access to all of my previous private shows. There's some good ones in there. There's some not as good ones, but you know, there's a lot of good content. Some of my best content has been done in patron shows, so I definitely recommend checking some of those out. But even if you can't do any of that, I just appreciate y'all watching, hanging out, having a good time, and being part of my community. So until next time, I hope y'all stick around and have a great fucking night. Peace, y'all.